Hello again everybody, warm welcome back. I hope you're well and having a good weekend so far wherever you are in the world. Lots of green and my goodness already, Gav, thank you very much buddy. He's donated 10 channel memberships for the next month. That's really kind of you, Gav. So good evening to you over in Australia. Thank you very much and welcome to our 10 gifted new channel members for the month. That's really cool. Welcome to all of you, lots of green in the chat. Badger, Gav, MPS Gaming, Zato, Birdman, Mark, MG King, Squiggly, Joey Goofy, Lefty's Lab as well has got a gifted membership, and Chris Loach as well, welcome. And here we are in our new business jets within the Osprey Airways fleet. We've now got an executive arm. VATSIM, hello to you. Shaquille, Cornelius, Ian, good evening to you as well, over the other side of the world. Lots of members in the chat, it's fantastic. Great to see you all here as well. Go on, Gav. And everyone else. Doc, thank you, buddy. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome. Zato safety videos coming along slowly. Carlito, welcome as well. Rab in sunny Scotland. Very nice remote terminal, Doc, indeed. Not the business jet terminal, though. But we'll take it. We're at Romeo 21 today in the Demo Designs painted livery for the channel for Osprey Executive and the PMDG 737-800 Boeing Business Jet 2. Samuel, welcome, joining us as a silver frequent flyer. Great to have you on board as well. Hope you're well. And we're off today to Bangkok. We've flown before into Hong Kong, never into Bangkok, so looking forward to that. We've got the new Siam flight. Scenery, purchased it for today as well. Very exciting. David A in America, good morning to you. It's a wonderful livery, isn't it? And Demo Designs does requests and custom liveries and things as well. Is it Fiverr? I think it's called. You can find the links to it on the Osprey Executive 737 paint scheme link, effectively. It's quite a big update, Scars Stitches, actually. The PMDG 737 line for Microsoft Flight Simulator has been upgraded. It's been updated, I should say, rather than upgraded. Couple of bug fixes, couple of tweaks, but there's lots of changes, including the way the aircraft handles on the ground as well. They've reverted to the MSFS logic instead of PMDG's own logic for ground steering, ground handling, because the Sober have made waves in their own default logic for it, effectively. But the 600, 700 and 800 variants are all updated, all part and parcel of this update, and there's lots of information on the PMDG forums as well that you can read from Robert Randazzo about all of this stuff that they've bought today, including the multi-mode radio, although GLS currently not supported or active in the sim at the moment. Let's tune to the local frequency. This is Hong Kong delivery.
400 meters. 162 delivery, roger. Place of destination Bangkok Swanepoel via Curtin Pecan 1 Alpha departure. Runway 07 right. Climb via SID to 5,000 feet. Expect cruising altitude 11.
Peter in Minnesota, welcome to you as well. Thank you very much. I think it was yourself actually 3 days ago dropped a tip as well. So very generous of you. Thank you in a belated fashion for your tip 3 days back. Oh, very nice. So we're boarding with GSX at the moment, top left, you can see that. We've got 10,000 or so kilos of fuel, which gives us, along with our payload today, a gross weight of 62.1 tons. Cruise for us, even flight levels, we're going to be cruising at flight level 380, and we've got the average winds through the cruise of 280 degrees at 14 knots. And our zero fuel weight there of 51.7. Reserves, which is our FunRes fuel plus alternate fuel, 2.3 tons. And cost index of 38 as well, like so. Looking at all of this, M1 limits, takeoff performance, we've got a D rate assumed temperature of 45 degrees Celsius. We're going for takeoff to 24k D rate and profile 2 for climb, which gives us a reduced 90% N1. And we're expecting 07 right for departure, and the Pecan 1 Alpha SID. With that input already into the FMS, it's given us our speeds. V2 is 143, so 153 on the MCP, and we will have a look at Navigraph.
Bravo Victor X-ray 156, read specs correct. When ready, set squawk 53.
To have a little look at our departures. So 07 right is all the way over there. We've got quite a long taxi actually today. Out of Bravo 8, there's a pushback procedure diagram. So Romeo 21 there, we've got to go pushback red only, it says. And there's a little arrow with a little stop bar. I'm hoping the custom GSX profile means that this works for us today. So looks like red only means we've got to face south, potentially. Looking at this. Pecan 1 Alpha, takeoff, fly runway heading of 074. So we can put that on the MCP heading box as well. Up to Pauper, minimum of 205 knots and 220 until Ramen, at or below 5,000 feet. It's given us a relative bearing of distance of 11 nautical miles and 164 degrees between Pauper and Ramen for relative bearing.
Hong Kong delivery, Brunei 277.
And due to terrain, right turn must not be commenced before Pauper, so it's clear that there. So actually we're going to get a wonderful view of Kai Tak. And then we're going to head south to Bream and Titan, and then off to Pecan before we head all the way down over the water. Then across Vietnam, I think. And then across to Thailand, arriving at Bangkok. It's about 2 hours 30 in total. Let's get our clearance, because there's a lot to do and we've got loads of controllers online.
Delivery Cebu 111 at Sierra 35. Good evening, ready to copy IFR clearance to Manila, flight level 360 with information, Juliet.
Juliet. QNH 1024.
1 Hong Kong delivery, flight level 350 unavailable. Are you able flight level 330 or flight level 370?
So we just have to wait to get in on the clearance.
Flight level 370, Cebu 111.
Cebu 111, roger, clear to destination Manila, via Ocean 2 Alpha departure, runway 07 right, climb via SID to 5,000 feet.
Fuel pump is on, let's get the APU started.
370, squawk 5324.
Mark, good afternoon, welcome.
Clear to Manila via Ocean 2 Alpha, departure 07 right, climb via SID to 5,000. Expect flight level 370.
Old Drew says, can you verify when you change to the standard pressure, as I find MSFS only allows to change at 18,000. So in America it's 18,000. But it depends. So here our transition level is 9,000. So beyond 9,000 we're going to change and press the standard button, depending on the aircraft, but you press the standard pressure button to go to local standard pressure. Hong Kong delivery, good evening, Osprey 1 at gate Romeo 21. Information Juliet at Boeing 737-800 BBJ. Request IFR clearance to Thailand, please. Bangkok.
Bravo Victor X-ray 1, Hong Kong delivery. Flight level correction, clear to Bangkok rendezvous via Pecan 1 Alpha departure, runway 07 right. Climb via SID to 5,000 feet. Expect cruising altitude 11,600 meters, which is flight level 381, squawk 5372.
Clear to Bangkok, Pecan 1 Alpha departure, runway 07 right, initial climb 5,000 feet, and then expect flight level 381, 11,600 meters, squawk 3872, Osprey 1.
Bravo Victor X-ray 1 confirms squawk 5372.
So squawk 5272, Osprey 1.
Bravo Victor X-ray 1 negative. Squawk 5372, 5372.
We'll get there eventually. Squawk 5372 Osprey 1.
Bravo Victor X-ray 1, read that correct. When ready, set squawk 5372 and contact ground south on 122.55 for push and stop. Bye bye.
We'll go change to ground 12255. When ready, thanks Osprey 1. 12255. I feel like it's going to be Bravo Victor X-ray all day again. I know, Mark. We predicted it. We predicted it. We're an official VA now, don't they know? Mark, go for it.
This is Cathay 456.
125.
I've got 2205, Roger, taxi via Quebec 3 and Kilo to holding point Kilo 1, runway 07 right, QNH 1.
So 38 for pressure.
Quebec 3 and Kilo 1.
I mean, I said Osprey pretty clearly as well, and it's in the remarks, but hey ho.
We're on KLM 04 runway, should be squawking 1 Charlie now.
Hot brakes on.
Push start is approved, pushback color red.
Push and start approved, we'll push
I
back on
do,
the
Mark.
KLM 04 runway.
Bacon Sani, hello, welcome. Let's get our
on ground, Osprey 71,
Pushback.
Golf and Whiskey 67, pressing push and start. Hello, Captain.
Lots of master caution.
Call sign, please.
Osprey.
Roger, Osprey 71 Alpha Golf.
Center tanks have got 2.5 tonne of fuel on board. Let's whack them up. And APU gem, we'll check those as well. Okay, welcome aboard this Osprey Executive service to Bangkok.
Departure check completed.
5,000.
X-ray 30 would like to request push and start, please.
Sounds like everyone's going to take off before us, which means I can't watch anyone's landings.
Push and start at time Q3.
It is annoying, isn't it? You think you go to a lot of other places around the world, and they are quite happy to say Osprey. Here it seems.
All station, Hong Kong ground, Hong Kong flow control right now starting. If you want to take a look at when you're going to commence your pushback, you feel free to double click my call sign and you will see a website called the www.vats.im/cdm data, and you can type in VHHH and you will see when you're going to push back.
It's interesting. VHHH. Oh, they've actually got flow control. Wow. Off blocks it in 7 minutes. Hong Kong ground, hello, Osprey 1, gate Romeo 21, fully ready.
Osprey 1, Hong Kong ground, hello, Hong Kong flow control in progress. For you, expect push and start at time 17.
Roger, and yeah, I can see it on the screen here. Thank you, Osprey 1. So here we mentioned about colour red. We're here pushback colour red, and
good evening, Singapore 39.
it's quite interesting actually because we've actually downloaded a system,
Singapore 3,
a custom pushback module basically, or custom GSX profile. That's the word I'm trying to think of, and it's given us the option of colour red, which is good.
Cheers.
Okay, flight directors are both on. While we're here waiting for pushback, we've got another 7 minutes to go basically.
Expect pushback at time Q5.
Pumps and everything also on and set as required. We need to make sure the APU is on bleed. Pop those off for now as well because we don't need the engine ones on set to bleed on.
Osprey 1, push and start approved, pushback color red.
Push start approved, red, Osprey 1.
Hong Kong ground, Osprey 784.
Colour red.
On the business center. First question. Release parking brakes.
Let's go.
Commencing.
Osprey 784 Bravo, Hong Kong flow control in progress, expect pushback at time 31.
Right, beacon lights on, ground equipment closed, everything like that. Radio's not really set at the moment for onwards from here, except for
Station
1184.
Again, Hong Kong flow control in progress. If you want to take a look at your pushback time, you can feel free to double click my call.
So basically
sign,
he's
and you'll see
saying
a website
wait for
PM, you use
pushback
that line, you can check when you're going to push back.
until nearer the time. Okay, ignition mode ground for engine 2. He does mark. I like this guy. We've got a number of custom views today, including this one, set up for today. You may get peckish seeing those rather strange coloured croissants, but we've gone for the whole wide view. Look at that.
Juliet 1, runway 07 right, QNH 1024.
Taxi via Bravo 7, Bravo, Whiskey, Hotel, Juliet 1, holding point 07 right, QNH 1024, Cebu 162.
Wait a second.
Hong Kong going, Osprey 156, down CO23, ready for push down start.
Correction. Osprey 156, Hong Kong flow control in progress. Expect pushback at time 29.
This is interesting. Okay, that's why. Packs. My god. I thought I'd turn them off. Ignition mode ground. Now we're moving.
Singapore 390 ground.
Singapore 390, go ahead.
I've got no idea where this custom profile is sending us.
390, push and started approved, pushback color red.
Push approved.
So basically it's somebody who's tried to do custom pushback on GSX, hasn't quite got it. It does. It looks like a massive pig in blanket actually, it's a good point.
Oscar 205, sorry, Connect Hong Kong Tower 18.4, good day.
Set parking brakes.
118.4,
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Oops, wrong button. We'll be fine. Let's keep him busy.
Singapore 390, when pushing, cautious, the KLM Airbus 330 behind you.
Yep, just waiting for the KLM to move on for
Put
Singapore
that on now
390.
as well. Skip a little
Oh, I thought
step.
he won't hinder you because on my radar
Flick that on.
he is out of your way.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, it's all Chinese airspace now, isn't it? Well, they try and take over the world. So it's meters. Makes sense. Not flown this particular part of the world for a long time. Cathay Pacific departing there. Very nice.
Whiskey 2, Whiskey 2, Hotel for holding point 07 right, KLM 0 from
Yoppie was asking, is this livery also available for the 737-700 BBJ? Not yet, but it is in the list, so we will be looking to try and do that at some point in the near future. If you guys wanted that CM data thing, where you type in the off-blocks information, I'll put it in the live chat as a link. Flat 5, that's on RTO. We're going to go to the system page in a moment, actually, because I'm going to go continuous Gen 1 as well.
1024. Apologies for the mistaken pushback there.
Yeah, that's no worry. Brake brake, Cebu 111 ground.
Go ahead, Cebu 111.
And AP
Thank you
off.
for waiting. Push and start approved. Pushback color blue.
Push and start approved, pushback color blue, Cebu 111.
Oh, they've given us the flag just then, and we're going to do our little flight control check. So we're going to go all the way right, check the aileron deflections, back to centre, all the way left, back to centre. We're going to go to the rear. Yep, hello, welcome. Samuel's T-minus 11 minutes. You flying along? And Mark, that is in works as well. So you see how quickly the rudders are flicking around there. What I do is I do it a couple of times. You guys watch all the time, know that's how we do it. Just to kind of kick MSFS into remembering how it all works, really. And what our sensitivity settings are set to. Okay, big taxi.
UPS A328, correction,
Gotta get the pen.
Start is approved, pushback color blue, face west.
LNAV, VNAV, auto thrust.
A326, if possible, please adjust your
Taxi
microphone.
lights.
I hear you like 4 out of 5.
Osprey 1, request taxi.
How's the microphone now?
Ah,
I read you 555 right now. Break, Osprey 1, pass a message.
Just requesting taxi for Osprey 1.
Roger, Osprey 1, taxi via Bravo 8, or Bravo, Whiskey, Hotel, to holding point Juliet 1, runway 07 right, QNH 1024.
Taxi Bravo 8, Bravo, Whiskey, Hotel, hold point Juliet 107 right, QNH 1024, Osprey 1. Yeah, Mark, it's nice, isn't it? I get slated at work for having the
Good evening,
the McPlant. But actually, it's quite nice.
Go ahead.
There's a couple of red lights there, look.
We are at Parking Bay Delta 217, requesting push and start.
So this is where a custom GSX profile is really helpful, because it is giving us the opportunity to make sure that we nail that pushback nice and accurately for events like this. Or the flow control.
You can feel free to double click my call sign, and you can go to the website, typing VHHH, find your call sign, and that
The muck bug, is that actually a thing?
The time that you're going to push back.
I'd imagine it would be at some point, actually, come to think of it. I know they did Burger King now in the UK, at least, are doing this weird bacon with a K burger, and it's got La Vie Facon inside of it, and then vegan burgers and stuff, all a little bit weird. I still don't understand why they name it after food. If you hate the idea of animals being killed so much for food, name it something else. But it tastes nice. Certainly the that McPlant from McDonald's in the UK, very, very tasty indeed. We've got Tower online, and then after Tower I think we'll be off to Hong Kong Centre 1213. What I might do actually, I might activate meters here as well, 1524 down the bottom. So I've activated that meters button, because we are now technically
156 firm.
flying into a bit of Chinese airspace, as Doc pointed out, and because of that we might get an altitude in meters, so we're going to have to mention that instead and read back with any meters that we're given as opposed to feet, perhaps. We'll plan for both basically, and then be able to expect and work with whatever we're given. Eastern, yeah, Hong Kong radar, thank you. This is the WF Sim Studio, Hong Kong scenery. We're going left here.
Osprey 156, standby, break, 162, contact Hong Kong Tower, 118.4 grade.
The Siam flight Bangkok looks really nice, but it's quite expensive. I purchased it yesterday at 20 quid.
Osprey 156 actually is face north. You need to push straight back onto your Hotel 9.
Yeah, okay, we'll push straight back onto the Osprey 156, thank you. Hello, Cathay 456.
Some more custom views for today.
Cathay 456, Hong Kong flow control in progress. Expect pushback at times 3.
That's a cool one. Triple window.
Expect pushback at time 23, Cathay 456.
You can see it all. And then we got one nearer to the window as well, for good measure of course, and then we repeat the same on the other side of the aircraft too.
It's 2 stations at once, but luckily I got you both. So UPS A326, taxi via Lima 1 and Kilo, T holding point Kilo 1, runway 07 right, QNH 1024.
What have you got, Rab? Is it default?
Lima, Kilo 1.
That sounds like, is it Bakazato? That'd be him there, the UPS.
QNH 1023.
UPS A326 after Lima, taxi via Lima 1 and then Kilo, T holding point
Whiskey.
Kilo 1, runway 07 right, and the QNH is actually 1024.
Hotel. My God,
Lima,
the charts.
Lima 1, then Kilo,
123rd
Kilo 1
right
for
from
07
now.
QNH 1024.
So easy to get lost here.
8326.
I think this is hotel coming up.
That is correct. Break 7111, taxi via Hotel 7 and Hotel to holding point Juliet 1, runway 07 right, QNH 1024.
I'm going to say yes.
Taxi via Hotel
Because that's
7,
Juliet. We've been told hotel, not Juliet.
1, QNH 1024, 7111.
Bravo Whiskey Hotel. Look at that. Pro pilots here at Osprey.
390, ready for taxi.
4390, taxi via Whiskey 2 and Whiskey Hold Short Hotel, QNH 1024.
Whiskey 2, Whiskey Hold Short Hotel, Singapore 390, QNH
Hey, there's a knock.
1024.
I do love those liveries. They're pretty cool. That's an
Osprey
awesome one.
784 Bravo, Grant.
Osprey 784 Bravo, go ahead.
Osprey 784 Bravo, thank you for waiting. Startup is approved. Squadron Charlie, advise when ready for taxi.
Big Bird taking off.
Startup approved. What advice when ready
What's
for
that?
taxi?
China
Osprey
Southern
784
maybe,
Bravo.
or oh, it's at KLM. There you go, Yoep.
Osprey 784 Bravo, I will also want you to Squadron Charlie.
Transporting Stroopwafel between Hong Kong and Amsterdam. Adam, no, this is not FS traffic. I've got FS LTL, which does the same thing but costs £0.
Okay, right now it's all good. Break. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, the Star 87 Hotel Kilo push and start.
Great Bay Airlines there. That was one of the options for airlines for this route today.
And sorry to keep you waiting.
Ian, awesome. Yeah, I kind of struggle with the idea of $40 US for FS traffic, isn't it? But FSLTL does almost the same for free, and even if it's missing one or two models here or there, or the sounds aren't quite as amazing, I'm not too worried about that if it's freeware. It kind of does make me think, what's the point of... It just seems like a lot of money. I still use AIG as well, so there's two packaged up basically. So I use FSLTL primarily, followed by AIG as a backup just to mop up the rest. But ultimately, you probably could get away with just using the one, just FSLTL perhaps, or yeah, that's it, Mark. Yeah, FSLTL. For which Osprey Airways is actually inside of.
Cebu 111, continue straight ahead and to holding point Juliet 1, runway 07 right.
Continue straight ahead to holding point Juliet 17 right. Cebu 111.
Okay, we've got landing weight monitor fired up. Fast airplane toolbox has given us the debris, the data. First two screenshots are on Volanta as well.
We'll follow the Cebu for Juliet 2 holding point.
We'll pop terrain map on.
Right, Singapore 390.
Go ahead.
Star 87 Hotel Kilo, standby, break, Singapore 390, your holding point is Juliet 2.
Yeah, Juliet 2 holding point, Singapore 390.
Star 87 Hotel Kilo, thank
And
you
our
for waiting.
departure charts are prepped.
Pushback code blue, Star 87 Hotel Kilo.
Juliet 1, right down the end.
Hong Kong ground, okay, 247.
We're about to go over a helicopter aiming point as well at Hotel 2.
Okay, 2472, kind of Hong Kong ground north on 121.6 today. Corrections, let's see you later.
Contact ground north on 121.6.
Hey, there's an Osprey. So we should be given tower now as a handoff. There's Zato with the UPS A310 or A300F, not sure which.
UPS A326, Hong Kong Tower 18.4 today.
18.4, thanks for the ATC, A326.
18.4. And then once we get passed over, we want to listen to where these guys next get handed off to as well.
Cathay 456 front.
Cathay 456, go ahead.
Cathay 456.
You're loving that DC6, Mark.
Pushback color blue.
Pushback blue, code blue, Cathay 456.
Osprey World Cargo, that one. Let's see. Stop at the stop line, so I've got to try and move this around really quickly. There we are, run out of time. That's some executive braking right there as well. Keep it smooth for the rich folk. Zato, yes, it's you in the A300, of course.
156, ready for taxi.
Osprey 156, standby actually, due to traffic pushing behind, pushing in front of you.
Okay, no, it's
Cathay 456, have you started your pushback?
oh, there's nothing right now. Cathay 456.
Full flow, reset right.
Cathay 456, if possible, make a short pushback.
Roger, short pushback, Cathay 456.
Osprey 156, taxi via Hotel 7.
He's forgotten about
Hotel
us.
8 and Hotel to holding point Juliet 1, runway 07 right, QNH 1024.
Taxi Hotel 7, also 8, Hotel Juliet 1, Hotel 07 right.
And, sorry, I forgot your cost. Osprey 156, cautious Cathay A321, pushing back at extent 031, thank you.
Okay, we've got eyes on traffic.
Osprey 1 request frequency change to tower.
Osprey 1, connect Hong Kong Tower 118.4, good day.
Tower 118.4, Osprey 1, thanks, good night. Hong Kong Tower, hello, Osprey 1 holding Juliet 1, ready for departure.
Osprey 1, Hong Kong Tower, good evening.
Matrick saying, how do you set your ILS frequency on the new frequency panels in the 737? We'll actually do that when we arrive at Bangkok. But yeah, you tune it in, basically. So here you've got VOR, VOR, we can pop ILS in, so we've got two ILSs in as a way to switch, so I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or something like that maybe. And then you can, it's not going to allow me to do it, but yeah, I need an actual frequency, 118.
326, service 7070 degrees in and that's from me, 07 right, clear for takeoff, report everyone.
Right, when we actually get the frequency for where we're going later, I'll bring it up. Because we're going to get errors on the multi-mode panel otherwise. Wesley, 2 years! Epic! We've had a blend actually, we've had Osprey for the last...
Osprey 1 behind the departing UPSA 300, level weight runway 07 right behind.
Line departing UPS A300, line up and wait 07 right behind Osprey 1. Lights. Strobe steady. Landing lights. Put the logo light off. Don't really need it on, to be fair. And we've done the rest as well, so we are good for takeoff. Confirming on 07 right.
UPSA 326, contact on approach 119.1 away.
11901.
19-1, this for 86, here.
Trying to get ahead of the controller. So our handoff during departure will go over to approach 19.1. We've done traffic. And we'll make sure TCAS is on TARA as well. So that's all good, that's all good. Let's do clock today as well. So let's start the clock. If you're new to the channel, it's great to have you here as well. Hope you're enjoying today's live stream. Make sure you smash the like button while you're here as well. There we go, 001. Display threshold here, so these arrows mean we can take off. We can begin our takeoff roll from this section of the runway, but we can't land on it. If it had an X on it, we wouldn't be able to.
070 degrees and a notch from 07 right, clear for takeoff, report airborne.
Runway 07 right, clear for takeoff, report airborne, Osprey 1. Stick forwards. Oh, you know what I forgot? Controls visualizer. 40%, looking good, looking stable on both Toga. Wait for speed to life.
Tower, Cebu 111,
There we go.
number 1 at Juliet 1.
Cebu 11 Hong Kong.
Sticks forward until about 80 knots and we bring that pressure off the nose wheel.
Behind the departing 737, line up and wait. Right now, Cebu 111.
Coming up to V1, hands onto the yoke. Off the throttle. Committed now. Careful of that tail strike, and then as we get airborne onto the flight director, we've got positive rate now for that call out. Gear up. And Osprey 1 airborne, 400 feet.
Osprey 1 Roger, contact Hong Kong approach 190.1, safe flight.
Hong Kong approach 119.1, thanks, good night, Osprey 1. That's good, that's good.
Approach, g'day, Air China 15.
They're good.
For level 130.
Return of flights, they're off.
152 Hong Kong approach, descend via start to level 110.
So Kai Tak is over there somewhere, isn't it?
110, Air China 15.
Hopefully we fly over that. Hong Kong approach, good afternoon. Osprey 1 is PCAM 1 Alpha, 2,500 feet.
Osprey 1 Hong Kong approach identified, climb via SID to flight level 160.
Climb via SID, flight level 160, Osprey 1. There we are. So we're not using altitude intervention for this. We're carefully working our way up through the SID, through all of its constraints as well. And we've got meters ready. When we get handed off, we get passed to Hong Kong radar. If we get an altitude in meters, then we've got to work with that too. So we've got that there just as a helpful indication. So our flight level 160 is 4,877 meters. Because in China they use that instead of feet. Oh, look at that. I've intentionally wound the time back today, by the way, folks, if you are wondering, and that is because I wanted to see this particular region as we fly past Kai Tak in the daylight, having been part of that 40th anniversary update in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I figured it'd be quite nice for us to actually see how good it is. Mark, almost there, buddy. Been with us for 22 months. Thank you for all of the ongoing support. Looking out for Kai Tak. There it is, off in the distance by the nose.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, contact Hong Kong radar 126.5, 126.5.
Hong Kong radar 126.5 for Osprey 71 Alpha Golf.
1265. That's our clue for who we're going to be handed off to shortly. Look at that. There's Kai Tak. And actually, we can see the checkerboards there, which is awesome.
1,500 on the ocean departure.
Very nice. Look at that. Wesley, what on earth are you Osprey 1? Good question. Because we're flying our Osprey Executive call sign. And I reserved Osprey 1 ages ago as well for things like this. So we're using Osprey 1 for that purpose today. Flying the boss's jet. Let's pop them off. We're almost at 10. Pop seatbelt signs off as well. Through transition to go standard pressure. Lots of different custom views. Hong Kong behind us. Lots of nav lights and stuff lighting up the airport there for departing traffic. Jack, welcome. How are you? Exactly, Samuel. I'm basically, is it John Travolta that flies his own jet? Basically, the flight sim version of John Travolta.
Yep.
Ramen at 220 knots here. So we're holding that constraint even though we're above 10,000.
152 plus with direct lines descend 6,000 feet.
At Ramen there's a speed constraint on the charts of at 220. So the aeroplane's doing a wonderful job actually of holding that.
Descend 6,000 H1 at 150.
There we go. Now we should go nose down slowly and allow basically the aeroplane to accelerate away. So Maciek was asking how do you change frequencies in here. So we go ILS, we can change the mode selection between GLS, ILS or VOR, and if you want to change ILS, the bottom one is your standby frequency box, and we can choose 1091, 1091, go away Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then we can just hit transfer there, that little switch button to go between active and standby, like so. Similarly, if we had a VOR, I don't know, we could change to a VOR. I'm sure there's one around Bangkok. Mark, hello buddy. Thank you very much. That's a great question actually. You need to install it via the operations centre, the PMDG operations centre, where the livery manager is.
At British Ave Geek, where do you put British Ave Geek's liveries? PTP type. I popped it in the community folder and it doesn't work as I suspected it wouldn't.
160, Singapore 390. Osprey 1 Hong Kong radar 126.5, 126.5.
Contact Hong Kong radar on 126.5, Osprey 1, thanks, good night.
Good night.
Hong Kong radar, good evening, Osprey 1 is flight level 150 for flight level 160 inbound Bream.
Osprey 1 Hong Kong radar, hello, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Osprey 1, hello.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, contact Hong Kong radar 121.3, good day. Hong Kong radar 121.3 for Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, thanks for service.
Yeah, so Mark, inside your PMDG Operations Centre program, what you need to do is go to the livery section, livery utilities I think it is, and then you have to select, for example for this, 737-800, you need to select the 737-800.
Climb to flight level 350 and contact Hong Kong Center on 121.3. Thanks for the ATC. See you.
That'll be the next frequency.
326 negative, flight level 250.
Apologies, 250 in Hong Kong Center at 121.3. Thanks for the ATC. See ya.
Tiso's asking, do you know why my 737-800 is glitched? The aircraft is dark and the yoke is turned. Do you know how to fix? You need to uninstall it and reinstall it again. It's basically not authenticated itself, so it's locked itself out. Best thing to do, uninstall it via the PMDG Operations Centre, restart your computer, go back into the PMDG Operations Centre and reinstall the aircraft that way. Using the PMDG installer executable file that you get via the PMDG website when you purchase the aircraft. Adam, how do you mean you can't get into the ops centre?
Osprey 1 climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Osprey 1. Yeah, that suggests to me that they fixed something, break something else. Lots of reports about crash to desktops, like yourself, you're up getting 4 in a row. And then they've then fixed something else, which has then resulted in them having to fix something else. And here we go again, sort of thing. And then all of a sudden they go from 0.18 to 0.25. Sam, welcome. Adam says, I tried to open it, but it just closes again. Have you checked the system tray, the bottom right-hand side of your Windows desktop thing? Because I know for some people it self-hides there.
Terminal Bravo Lima Victor Bravo, we are expecting finish hold on the hour. Request clearance.
So, flight deck's quite nice, but the BBJ, it's got its own unique cabin, which is quite swish. You can have a little walk through past the very expensive shower. It'd be funny if that actually worked, if you click it.
We will finish in 3 minutes, and we will notify when finished.
Some more sausage roll / pigs in blanket flavoured croissants and some tasty coffee.
Hong Kong radar, hello, Lufthansa 327, passing flight level 270 and descending.
Jack, nice order delivery from Damo Designs, good stuff. Andrew, welcome. The livery is stunningly beautiful, perfect for the route. Nice to see people like yourself that choose to fly in different locations in the world. It's nice, isn't it? Sometimes you've got to mix it up. What makes it really good is the fact there's a nice big VATSIM event on tonight. There's also one in Malaysia at the moment, happening at the same time. So for those of you who like to fly around Kuala Lumpur, you can do that.
Contact Hong Kong radar 121.3, good day.
Oops. Contact Hong Kong radar 121.3 for Osprey 1. Thanks, good day. We'll continue the rest of the tour to the rear galley for a little while. David, good afternoon. Just there, meters button.
Decimal 75, Osprey 7 Alpha Golf. Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, are you able to mark decimal 70? Negative, Osprey 7 Alpha Golf.
Can you get into the cabin in the BBJ in cockpit view? We'll find out in a minute.
Climb to flight level, climb to flight level 340.
3408326.
KM 05 Romeo, climb to 1,600 meters.
Up to 1,600 meters, KM 0 for Romeo.
Hong Kong radar, hello, Osprey 1 is flight level 245 for flight level 250 inbound alley.
Osprey 1 Hong Kong radar identify, climb to flight level 380.
Climb flight level 380, Osprey 1.
Record 151, descend to flight level 370.
Descend level 370, record 151.
China 85 Lima, descend to flight level 310. Expect Canton.
Yeah, did you get that, David? Hopefully. So, primary flight display top right, you've got meters, you've got the actual altitude, our current indicated altitude in meters above the feet, and you just press the meters switch here. Wow, that's loud. Here in the meters section. For those of you who received an exciting membership from Gav, thank you Gav. Make sure you link your YouTube account into your Discord and it will get you access into a club lounge for your monthly membership. There you go, that's us walking through. Makes it really easy to set custom views as well. No file tweaks, changing any numbers -40 or anything like that. It's cool, very easy.
Contact Sanya 133.2
China 85 Lima, so you indicated as a correction, say your mark number.
Mark number is 0.820,
Brian, good afternoon.
China 85 Lima, Roger.
Sounds like he's eating his microphone.
Decimal 70 for separation.
Mark point 7, China 85 Lima.
Sorry, mark point, or mark decimal 70.
Yes, yeah, where it goes super loud all of a sudden and it almost makes people's ears bleed. Zata, no worries at all. No worries at all. At least you tried. Good effort. Giving it a go.
Hong Kong radar, Cebu 111, passing flight level 215 for flight level 250.
Cebu 341 Hong Kong radar identified, climb to
So,
flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370.
Out of Hong Kong.
Cebu 111.
It's got a nice flow of traffic at the moment actually. It's not rammed busy. I think the way they've advertised the route for today, most people are maybe flying the other direction into Hong Kong. Yeah, there you go, look. There's that line of traffic coming out of, oh my god, all the way from Bangkok. Which is looking pretty busy actually, yeah. There's a big old queue for departures.
Osprey 71 Alpha, go off. Climb to 1,600 meters. Climb to 1
And then we've got our little merry old route here. So we've got TI Aviation in Thai 639. Scott as well, Ascot 2205 leading the way. Badger behind, flying offline. KLM 5 Romeo, A330-900, he's off to VTPS as well, good stuff. CB162, he's on the same route. David showing us a Cessna 208 Grand Caravan. Zato is UPS 8326 in the A300 600s F freighter, and then ourselves behind them. And then what have we got? Peter Osprey 32 is shown flying along. Don Carlito as well, Osprey 784 Bravo, he's south out Dangan. Singapore 390 as well, he's on the same route as us. And then we've got Charles Cathay 456 and Osprey 784 Bravo. Lots flying along today this direction of travel, very cool. And there's Ian, Knock 2472, still not yet departed. What's nice actually, there are a lot of people that are flying into both airports, so they've got a heck of a flow coming their way, but they've got a massive flow outbound as well, so it's good actually. So the controllers are going to get best of both worlds from us flying into Thailand with everybody flying out, and us all flying out of Thailand, out of Hong Kong, whilst that merry rabble of pilots are flying in. Jack, there is, yes. Go to my.vatsim.net/events, I think it is. Trying to think now. I think it's that. Bacon Sunny, no worries at all. Good luck. Sam, who knows? It will come when it comes.
50 miles of descent,
Jan 853, my receive normal speed.
Yeah, yes, is imminent, isn't it? Sod's law, actually. I'll go to work when it releases.
Heading 150, Record 151.
Record 151, Ethan.
Heading 150, Record 151.
Maybe I should check my emails.
Good evening, China 917, maintain 8,900 meters.
My god.
China 917 Hong Kong radar, hello, identified, descend to flight level 290. Expect Canto 3 Alpha Rifle.
I hope volume doesn't go up again.
Hong Kong radar, good evening, China 917, maintain 8,900 meters. Air China 917, descend to flight level 290, expect Canto 3 Alpha Rifle. Descend flight 290, Canto 3 Alpha Rifle, Air China 917.
That's good. Inniseen Los Angeles has been updated. Greatly reduced VRAM overhead. LODs for all assets have been revised and tweaked for improved performance.
Climb to 10,400 meters.
Control panel options to allow performance customization. Tunnel entrance under 25 left and right has been completely reviewed and should no longer impact terrain along taxiway Charlie or Terminal 78 stands. Added stop points 42, 43 along Lima and Kilo taxiways. Fixed duplicated items have been removed. GUIDs have all been changed to prevent clashing with other Inniseen products. Heathrow has had a couple of tweaks in version 3.0.2 as well. Parking stand 364's fixed, Parking's corrected signage. Parking 218 now shows as 218 left and right as an option, and HD textures are now the default options.
Oh, my apologies. 341. UPS 8326.
Record 151, proceed direct camber.
Direct camber, record 151.
Record 151, 30 seconds. Escort 3205, constant control 133.2, good day. 133.2, Escort 2205. Osprey 1, climb to 11,600 meters.
Climb 1,600 meters, Osprey 1.
Cebu 111, proceed direct Nomad.
Proceed direct Nomad, Cebu 111.
So that is as close as we can get.
Charlie, Oscar Mike, Bravo, India.
11613.
Golf Alpha, Mike Bravo Alpha.
Sorry, I don't have camera now. Can you?
And that's now because we're going into Chinese airspace.
And direct to Maple.
Sorry, can you again?
So I guess this is all kind of what we mention and talk about briefly inside the regional differences VATSIM tutorial that I uploaded last week, episode 7 I think it was, on the new refreshed VATSIM tutorial series that we've got released.
Record 151, Roger, direct to Combi.
Andrew, it's very exciting, but then I'm sitting on their Discord server researching it, and I'm not sure. Basically, I'm not sure. Yeah, some of the developers seem like they are very young, and then it makes me think I'm not sure how successful it will be. We've seen it before, haven't we, with freeware projects, so it does concern me a little bit.
05 Romeo, contact control 133.2.
33.2.
Techno, I can't remember the guy's username on Discord now, as part of that Lunar Simulation 767 team, Techno something, he seems really switched on.
Flight level 260.
You said level 260, record 17.
Yeah, he seems really switched on, and he seems very passionate about creating a very good freeware 767, and that is quite exciting.
Hong Kong radar, hello, identify, climb to flight level 340.
Climb 340, Singapore 390.
John 85, Lima, contact Hong Kong radar 126.5, good day.
1265, John 85, Lima.
Cebu 162, contact control 133.2.
Yeah, we won't be there too long, will we?
Last station standby, break, Cebu 162, contact Sanya control 133.2.
Is it Mekong Radar? Dock, Vietnam,
3784,
space.
Hong Kong radar, hello, identified. Climb to flight level 340.
Climb to flight level 340.
Oh, yeah. Let me check.
As a recursion, climb to flight level 380.
Talk down as in they're going to step us down and try and get us on the approach, that sort of thing, or...
Record 151, contact Hong Kong radar 126.
Provided they don't cancel my day off, I would actually be off that day. Mark, great to hear. Says flew the 737 for the first time this week, made loads of mistakes but loved flying it. I am on meters, Wesley, yes.
Hong Kong Shuttle 703, Hong Kong radar low identified, descent to flight level 370.
Oh, yo it. That sounds epic.
Expect Canto 3 Alpha arrival, flight level 130 at Murray, report ready for descent.
Roger, descent to flight level 37.
Right, that's our screenshot, so I don't think we've got any more to upload. Zato said he's uploaded a few, so let's click on him, see what it gives us. It did, yeah, there we go. See, it still hasn't given us anything.
And Hong Kong Shuttle 703, expect flight level 130 at Murray, report ready for descent.
Expect
Yeah, we'll have to wait and check a little bit later on, Zato. It's Volanta doing its thing again.
UPS 8326 cancel speed restrictions, resume normal speed.
Cancel airspeed restriction, UPS 8326.
Singapore 390, climb to 10,400 meters.
Mekong radar is 129.425.
400 meters, Singapore 390.
Oh, my pen. It's got loads of ink in it, but it's showing like it's not wanting to work today. So my notes are a mess. And I almost got about half of the taxi instructions written down. And then I had to recall the rest from memory. Who knows? Yeah, we'll go back to normal altitude soon. Rab, no, I think Zato's ahead of us. I think 4 have departed before me today. I think so. We're kind of around mid-pack. Tiso, good stuff. Good stuff. There's, I assume, Zato actually. No, hold on. That's Zato. See his contrails, but there's another set of contrails for someone else.
250 by Maple HR 9997.
Shuttle 703, expect flight level 250.
He may as well start overhead, Jack. It's saves him having to worry about overtaking then, doesn't it?
Hello, Hong Kong radar, Cathay 456, climbing flight level 250.
Cathay 456, Hong Kong radar, identifying, climb to flight level 340.
Climb flight level 340, Cathay 456.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, contact on your control 133.2 today.
Fan control on 133.2, thanks for service.
133. Is that 1332? Sanya control.
Hello, good evening to you, Brunei 277 eastbound Ocean, passing flight level 220. Brunei 277, Hong Kong radar identify, climb to flight level 330.
1233?
Climb flight level 330, Brunei 277.
That's... Huh? That's Hanoi.
Air China 917, contact Hong Kong radar 126.5, good.
126.5 at China 997. Good night.
Audrey, watch out for that 208. The world's highest cruising Cessna Grand Caravan. And fastest. A lot of cross-flow traffic today. Don't think we're going to see much though, but the separation is actually quite a few nautical miles, but they're somewhere flying the opposite direction towards Hong Kong.
Radar Hong Kong Shuttle 703, ready for descent.
Sorry, Hong Kong Shuttle 703 descent to reach flight level 250 Maple.
So Dagboo, 7.9 tons of fuel. Let's do a fuel check.
Level 250 by Maple, Hong Kong Shuttle 703.
Thank you.
Ooh.
UPS 8326, contact on your control 133.2, good day.
133.2, thanks for the ATC.
I'll be us in about 2 minutes as well. 1332, let's pre-tune that. Yeah, so we're actually 100 kilos lighter on fuel than we're supposed to be. Almost 200 meters of kilos of fuel lighter than we're meant to be. But I did load on extra, to be fair. I loaded on additional fuel in case of queues at taxi and that sort of thing.
Asia 502, expect flight level 250 at Maple, report ready for descent.
Master caution for fuel. That's going to be our centre tanks. As both pumps are on. 2.5 hours air time, Shaquille, yeah, so 3 hours gate to gate roughly.
Negative for now, descend to flight level 330.
Yeah, so basically those tanks are empty. Ideally, I'm going to use every drop of fuel, but might not be able to.
Osprey 784 Bravo, climb to 1,600 meters. Climb to 11,000.
Oh, Drew, what sort of updates? Updates in relation to what exactly?
Brunei 22, current Brunei 277, proceed direct sector. Roger, proceed direct sector, Brunei 277.
Right, so that there is David, Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, and then directly ahead of us is Zato. That's pretty cool though. We can basically look at where we're going to be going next based on where the contrails are turning. The aeroplane's ahead of us. It's really cool. We're also at that little turn point where David's turned left. That contrail's going across the sky.
131, contact Sanya control 133.
Full Sanya 133.2, Osprey 1, thanks, good night. Yeah, so now we're going to get aircraft going right, left to right as well in the opposite direction. Look at that.
Control, Cathay 750 for level 370.
That's cool.
Cathay 750, control radar.
Siku.
Radar identify, climb maintain 1,300 meters. 1,300 meters, Cathay 750.
Sanya control, good evening, Osprey 1 is 11,600 meters inbound Siku.
Bravo to X1, Sanya control radar identify, maintain 1,600 meters.
Okay, maintain 1,600 meters, Osprey 1. It makes no sense, does it? It's David said one just over me, 1,500 meters higher or feet higher. But yeah, they're going cross flow, look. And there's one underneath David now.
Contact Hong Kong radar 121.3, good day.
Contact 121.
Mark saying I can't see Navigraph in Valanta for some reason. Now that's a good question. We discussed it the other day over in Discord. Now it's over in the browser tab. So now if you go to the browser tab, you can search in here for things like SimBrief. You can create a favourites list, Navigraph and that sort of thing.
That's got 2205 ready to check.
I'd have to work out how to find it though.
2205, we do 5.
It's going to be in here somewhere, but yeah, it's inside the browser tab now. And the idea there is you can have everything in one screen. SimBrief, Valanta, VATSIM's flight planning, filing, website bit, the whole lot. Zata says, holy moly, my entire windshield is full of contrails and more contrails and contrails, and my god, there's a plane headed for me. I mean, look at that.
Number 316 kilo contact American radar 12 question.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
425, good day.
This is going to be close. That is epic.
And confirm frequency and contact.
This is going to be a fast flyby, so I'm going to get the screenshot ready. My God.
129.425.
129.425 and the traffic.
How good is that?
大家晚上好，国航6912保持飞航空程分2栋，有速度限制，马赫数0.8栋。
6912，你好，三亚雷达识别了，上到9800。
Right, flying towards the sun now. We're going to have aircraft above and below us for a brief moment whilst they're intersecting us on another route basically. So they're coming in from roughly this kind of general direction. And they're pretty much turning at the same point actually. Waypoint Siku, they seem to be inbound that as well.
KZ496, report a market number.
My number .78, KZ496.
KZ496 is for space and now reduced to .74.
My number .74, KZ496.
Here, yeah, it's a wonderful livery, isn't it? Demo Designs has done a great job. So we wanted something really unique for the Boeing business jet livery for Osprey. Something that really stood out.
Maintain 900 meters follow procedure.
My goodness, Jack, thank you, buddy. That is really generous of you, dropping a whopper of a tip. Happy flying to you too. Really generous of you, Jack. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated.
3665沿程序下降，可以盲降进近跑到26号5边，盲降建立报。
Adam, yes, beautiful model of the world. Our developers from Russia.
光365自主沿程序下降。
自主沿程序下降，建立跑到26盲降报，往上365。
It says like this, we're going to literally watch the sun go below the horizon in the sim, I think for the first time ever.
Asia 766, air control calling.
Good, Asia 766.
Thai Asia 766, turn right, direct to Sickle.
Direct to Sickle, Asia 766.
Interesting, isn't it? Because, I mean, this is kind of what we mentioned about... Is he coming through?
776, contact Hong Kong radar 121.
Is he coming straight towards us?
Traffic alert here.
My God, he is. This is going to be a squeaky bum moment. The hell?
And last station calling for traffic alerts again.
Wow.
Hong Kong Shuttle 714, we got a traffic alert here at 1,300 meters.
Hong Kong Shuttle 714, there is Airbus 321 new 300 meters below you. You are at 1,600 meters. He is at 1,300 meters.
Jesus. That was close. That was interesting.
Safe separation.
We got another one inbound. 1,000 foot below, apparently.
That's the 137.
This is interesting. This is awesome. What a route.
And contact me after airborne. Contact after airborne. 776, contact Hong Kong radar 121.3 good day.
I did, yeah. I bought the Bangkok Siam flight payware scenery. It looked pretty nice, to be fair. Yeah, there's no TCAS alert for us. It highlighted to say caution, sort of exercise a bit of caution with it, monitor it, but the TCAS didn't go off for us because he was basically 1,000 foot below, apparently, so it was all good.
Control radar identified, maintain 1,400 meters.
Maintain 1,400 meters, Singapore 390.
Delta Tango, now technically Chinese airspace for a little moment. I think we're going to be off to Mekong next, 129425. So we can pre-tune that ready, and then we're expecting an ILS into Bangkok, which means that we will be using the new multi-mode radio system.
Good evening, Osprey 74 Bravo, resume flight level 380.
Christopher, so go into your Discord user settings. Here's another flyby. My goodness. Go into your Discord user settings and have a little look at, I can be really quick here, the little cog. Go into integrations, press connect account. My goodness. It seems really tight, doesn't it? It seems a lot closer than you would expect. Really cool. It's great watching the contrails of the guys ahead of us as well. That's it, David. They've got to learn it. If we throw 10 Ospreys at them. Zato, let's have a little look again. In short, no, I can't see any screenshots still. I'm going to upload mine as well onto Volanta, though I don't know if you guys can see it either. Though, can you see it too? If you look at my one, or I can see what I've uploaded, but I can't see anybody else's. Neil, how are you doing? AKA Jet A1 Photos on Instagram. And what were we saying? Yeah, so integrating, Chris's question about integration of Discord with your YouTube account. So you want to click the integrations button inside Discord's user settings for your own user settings. Click the little YouTube icon and it'll ask you to log in and sync your YouTube account to your YouTube account, to your Discord account. And then inside our Discord server, you will then see the club lounge. Yeah, it was a bit sad. I was watching at Terminal 2 2 days ago. About 6 PM, I was watching them board for a flight, and there were 6 people on it, and I just thought, it just seems pointless. I sat watching it thinking, there is no way they could be making any money on that.
750 confirm the descent reason.
750 traffic.
Uma, yes, hello to you. This is the updated PMDG 737-800. Connections, Chris, thank you. Sorry, I must have changed the word. Yeah, so user settings, connections, YouTube via Discord.
Cathay 456, 10,400 meters with you.
Cathay 456, control radar identify, maintain 1,400.
Yeah, ground handling did feel a bit different actually. The aeroplane felt a little bit heavier. And a little bit tougher to turn as well.
Hong Kong Radio 121.3, Tiger 766.
Test of the A3 established for 526.
A36, radar service terminated, wings.
Yeah, it's quite spectacular to watch, though, isn't it, David?
Wings 090, meters.
Watching the 1,000-foot separation, or 300 meters as you're putting it there as well, David, there. So the separation is 300 meters here. It's all fine, which is why, for us, our TCAS hasn't been going off. Because the aircraft are within the rules of separation, far enough away from us. Which is why we've had no traffic alerts. It's a really good spectacle though to watch them fly past. It always makes it quite enjoyable. I'm continuing to watch the screenshots, Zato, on Volanta. Interestingly, I can see Don Carlito's put a screenshot on. That's the only one I can see, so maybe it's just going a bit slow at the moment. So this is what Don Carlito has put on. Night duty. This is obviously the live time at Hong Kong for departure. We wound the time back a little bit to make the most of daylight hours for takeoff, get a bit more of a view. We're in this little pocket of airspace here, speaking to Sanya Control over Hainan Province, and then we'll be off to, is it Mekong? Dock? It'll be about 300 meters, Zato, separation. Although you look lower than me, so that worries me. Could that be him? No, that's actually evenly separated, so that's going to be Zato. Okay, no, here he is. So this is 300. Oh, it says minus 300 feet. We might get.
496, there's a plane did contact me and descending now.
I think we might have an echo.
Covering calling Cafe 496.
Cafe 496, there's a plane did contact me and descending approaching you.
There he is. No, Andrew, I didn't. Now the airplane's showing minus 400. Pikachu Blueface, welcome. That is Cafe 708, Boeing 747-200. This is going to be interesting. Closing speed of about 900 knots. That puts perspective on it. It's basically like a cruising missile. Coming straight towards us with 400 people on. David says, okay, that one was a traffic alert. Even the controller tried to intercept and told Cathay to descend, I think. Chris, great to hear. Managed to make it the rest of the way to Fiji last weekend. Even managed another flight from Fiji to Tahiti. Reading the wiki articles of all the random little islands you're flying over. That's awesome. 10 miles. Let's see what happens. We might get climb. Rab, good effort.
Was that for Hong Kong Shuttle 714?
He looks level with us, doesn't he? He's going to be 400 meters ahead above. Here we go, traffic.
Descend to flight level 380, Hong Kong Shuttle 714.
Let's see what it does. It's on the medium alert phase at the moment. This is going to be tight. 300 meters. Okay, now let's climb.
Cafe 708 with you, follow 390.
My God, that was close. I think we were at the same altitude. Okay, and flying the jet. Osprey 1's climbed briefly for collision avoidance.
One, the plane was 300 meters and above occlusion. The plane was 300 meters, which is 1,000 feet below you.
Definitely wasn't.
Be a TCAS RA action.
Yeah, we got TCAS RA climb alert. We're back to 1,600 meters, Osprey 1.
Copy. Cathay 750, turn right back to Seco.
Turn right there to Seco, Cathay, faster.
That was close, wasn't it? Hey, we did a better job than Air France. And flying at high altitude. You know what I think might be the problem here? So that's a 747-200. They're perhaps on X-Plane or P3D, where the pressure simulation of the world around us and the way the atmosphere is modelled is different to that of Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, interesting. He must have thought the same though. He must have thought, my goodness. But notice he didn't bother making any effort to descend.
496, descend to flight level 340.
Descend to flight level 340, Cathay 496.
That's scary. I stuck drinking my throat, cough. MPS Gaming, don't choke on us. My goodness. I love that the standard, no, he was 300 metres, it's fine. We wouldn't have got TARA if we, or TCAS-RA if we, Jack says, what happens if you collide? I'd imagine we'd just go through each other, to be honest, being in the sim. This is more stressful than I thought it would be.
Hong Kong Shuttle 705, contact Hong Kong radar 121.
Great fun.
Good day.
121.3 for Hong Kong Shuttle 705, thanks for help, bye-bye.
Good day.
Good evening, Hong Kong.
Tell you what, people in the back are going to need new trousers.
Flight level 351.
Doc says it's X-plane. Controller already knows the issue. There we go. Yeah, so X-plane's modelling of the atmosphere is totally different to MSFS.
05, flight level 310.
705, Hong Kong radar 121.2, stay on.
There's another aeroplane below us.
Oh my.
That's cool. Look at that. I've only noticed the ones below now. That looks like a military base down there as well. Damo, hello, welcome. There's our livery artist, folks, for the Osprey Executive jet. Damo in the chat, 547 UK. He's created this for us, which is pretty awesome. It's available on our website, britishafgeek.com, in the MSFS liveries section, and it's on flightsim.to ultimately, which is where you'll download it from. There's links if you wanted a custom livery creating for you, like Jack has decided to do, then you can basically get one commissioned via Damo's Fiverr page.
Contact me for descent, and he descended from 300 meters above you. Sorry about it.
Oh, no problem. 7162.
It's a great livery, isn't it? Neil says, reminds me of the story in the USA where an aircraft was told to turn 20 degrees right for noise. For noise, my goodness. Pilot says, why? We're at flight level 350, and the controller replied, have you heard a banger 747 makes when it hits the 737? We're far off that today. Matt Jack says, I didn't have fun on departure. What happened?
Contact Hanoi Control on 123.3, Thai 69, good day.
Thai, who was that? Trying to work out what call sign that was. Thai 639. Which would be Hanoi. One, two, three, three. So here's one of the regional differences. So we mentioned about meters in that episode 7 that we did. Okay, I can see a few more screenshots now. Also, they don't always speak English around you. There's Scott's screenshot. We've got an aircraft flying above, right overhead. And then we've got Zato, that's ours. With him in the middle there. There's Zato. My goodness, that looked close, doesn't it? That looks very close. And I think that's all I can see again so far. Yes. To be fair, if there's a lot of people uploading screenshots across the whole world of Atlanta, I'd imagine it's pushing the system quite a bit, quite a bit.
Takeoff, Cathay 708. Cathay 708, direct to Takeoff. Direct to Takeoff, Cathay 708.
Hello, Cosmonauts, about double.
There is only one Leroy Air. My goodness, I've seen the paint scheme demo from Jack's drawings. It's brilliant. Ed's got a question. Go ahead.
Direct Seco, Greater Bay 684.
There's another aeroplane.
Cathay 49, turn right back to Seco.
Direct.
Looks like a Greater Bay maybe, blue tail.
Control tendency 137, passing 5,000 feet.
I'd imagine the folks in the back of my jet need more gin. They must have run out or it's spilt all over them. Ed E says, could you show us how to use managed speed?
Squawk 4271. Squawk 4271 and C137.
It's a good question actually. In the Boeing there isn't really so much of a managed speed mode. That's obviously more of an Airbus thing, but the equivalent of this would be speed intervention, so you click that button there. Depending on if you're flying on MAC or indicated airspeed, you need to sort of consider that. So that would be us saying to the aeroplane now I want to go Mach 7 to 80. But if you wanted indicated airspeed, you'd click that switch. And then to deactivate, you just click speed intervention off again. It goes back to FMC speed.
300 meters, Greater Bay 684.
Demo, you do that. It looked great. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Repeat please for
Cathay 49, climb and maintain 1,900 meters.
Climb and maintain 1,000 and maintain meters. Okay, 1,500 meters.
No worries, Ed. In the Airbus, it would be so like the Airbus pull push knob, if that makes sense. It's kind of because we don't have it, it's hard to demonstrate. But you have the little up arrow at the top, or you got the down arrow at the bottom. One of them would be open or managed speed, and one of them would be selected speed mode. There's another aeroplane flying the opposite direction. .8 at Dabub. Do another fuel check. 200 kilos less than what's estimated, but we did have a little bit of extra fuel on board. I think it's 500 kilos extra for holds and things, just in case. Nice demo, yeah. There are a couple of people looking for the 737-700 version of the BBJ in the same paint scheme, but it is on the list, I've said to them at some point. Adam says some tips for great airports in Italy. Naples is nice. Is it Mount Vesuvius, I think it is, that you fly around there? That's really quite nice. Reggio Calabria, if you want a really tricky approach. They've got a circling approach there with some nice payware scenery. It gives you the lead-in lights that flash to help you kind of work out and assess the turn into a final approach. That's quite a cool one.
Confirm your level is 1,900 meters. For level 391.
That's Cathay Pacific by the looks of the tail.
Copy.
Awesome. He's gone past us. Oh, he has. He's just going on a slightly converging route.
Send to 330 or 220. Let's go to 205.
Rab says, I'm glad I'm in observer mode. It's quite busy, isn't it? I mean, for flying along as a pilot, it's not too busy because we're just system managing really at this stage of the flight, but the controllers are managing 30, 40 aircraft at any one time.
And maintain flight level 340, 162.
Doc was asking about the Osprey Eurovision Phoenix livery, and yeah, we'll fly it at some point. We need to work out a route, maybe Kiev to... Where's it being hosted in the UK? Is it Sheffield or something? Or Liverpool? Can't remember. We could do a route from Kiev to wherever it's meant to be hosted in the UK. Night Shadow, it's interesting. It depends who you ask, but when you read stuff online from what Microsoft Flight Simulator have done, it sounds like the atmosphere simulation is a lot more alive in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and they've actually tried to simulate the way pressure interacts with not only the atmosphere but the aircraft as well, which is pretty full on. And that is more than what X-Plane does by the sounds of what I've read. But then you'll get the staunch hardcore X-Planers that will say, oh, X-Plane physics are better. But even that now, I don't think it's an argument that they can use, because you look at where Microsoft Flight Simulator is now, and it's wonderful. And I certainly think the flight physics are really, really good. You just had another flyby, and we've got another one. My goodness.
Escort 2205, contact Honey Control 123.3. Have a nice flight, good day.
Landing 1 left. So we're still good for the ILS 1 left Zulu via Lagos. East 3 Delta, Doc then. There's the other aeroplane. Oops, you just see there the nav lights.
Their control is identified, now direct to Takeoff.
Yeah, one of the things that Microsoft Flight Simulator did, or Sobo did with the development of the sim, is try to make the atmosphere actually live in the sim. They try to simulate the atmosphere as true to life as possible in the simulator, which is really quite cool, to be fair. Carlito, I'm not sure, to be honest. I guess wherever we're given by the controller, but almost halfway. We've already had one RA on TCAS. But interestingly, it didn't climb on us, so that's why I got rid of the autopilot and just initiated a hand-flown climb ourselves. $70 likes already. Thank you very much, folks.
Radar, good evening, Cat I-611 Heavy, leveling 12,200 meters.
Absolutely, Samuel, it is cool. Easy saying, how do you make custom liveries? With great difficulty. But you've got people like Damo in the live chat, Damo Designs. They offer a livery creation service, and you basically tell them what you want. You give them any assets you've got, any particular things you want on the livery, and then he gets to work, and he creates stuff like this, or whatever other design you want. Jack's purchased a custom livery from Damo for Leroy Jenkins there. It's going to be funny. It depends on the livery artist, Easy. I can't remember what Damo's pricing structure is. It's on his Fiverr page. Yeah, it takes a lot of time, patience, certainly one heck of a skill.
Flight level 380, Osprey 7 Golf.
I've just noticed Zato being overtaken. He's directly below, 1,000 feet.
Yeah, we accidentally disconnected the autopilot and pushed down on the yoke. We're climbing up to cruising altitude.
That's A3 copy, not this time, maintain flight level 340.
340 to 336. Correction, A326.
Flight control, Pakistan 892, flight level.
My goodness, we've got another one inbound. Look how busy this is.
Pakistan A29, A902,
That's pretty cool.
Identified. Now turn right, direct to Takeoff.
Ed, awesome. How are you finding it? Did you have a question as well, Ed? I saw you ask a question, but... Oh, no, there we go. The managed speed. I mean, I was kind of expecting to see some more contrails buzzing this way now, but we're going to see a jet at some point appear. Although maybe he's more... kind of trying to find where he is. That aircraft is directly ahead of us. He's only 10 nautical miles. Although Zato's contrails continue past a lot longer.
571 Alpha Golf, contact Honey Control 123.3, good day.
Hello Control 123.3.
Oh, that's what we've got tuned in ready. So we've got TA at caution. Ah, there he is. I have to watch. I have to keep an eye on it. Because we're all literally minimum separation. That's a Air Asia. We've got one that's literally going to buzz underneath us now. 1,000 foot below. He's going to appear in a moment. Cornelius, awesome. How did you find it? What was the route as well for the VATSIM event?
Bye-bye.
Right, he's going to appear any moment. Oh, there he is. That's close. He's 1,000 foot below apparently, which is why TCAS didn't go mad, because it was happy with his position.
Bay 684 request away for 10 minutes.
Paul was asking, hi, I'm getting an issue with the Phoenix and GSX, where as I keep getting an error message saying Simba UK aircraft does not match MSFS aircraft. Tried reinstalling both, resetting GSX profile in GSX. It's interesting. So when you're filing, Paul, on SimBrief, are you writing, or are you selecting the Phoenix A320? Or are you selecting A320 Neo? Doc says this event currently is as busy as it gets in real life. Bangkok to Hong Kong have 33 flights daily one way and another 33 flights the other way around. My goodness, that's cool. This guy's above us, 1,300 feet. My goodness, there's 2 sets of aeroplanes. Night Shadow, yes, we'll be using it on landing. Didn't really need it on departure with our departure we were doing. GLS isn't active at the moment, but yeah, we'll be using it for the ILS approach. Yeah, loads heading in the opposite direction. That's kind of why we went for this route instead, because we figured it would offer quite a nice variety of traffic. There'll be a lot of aircraft going Bangkok to Hong Kong.
Bravo Victor X1, descend to flight level 380.
Descend flight level 380, Osprey 1. There's Big Jet. My goodness. God. Automator, hello. My goodness. I don't get to the other side without having a coronary. That was right on the minimum, I think, as well, wasn't it? Got to be. There's no way that was 1,000 feet.
With 4 4675, Center Control Rate identified. Radar Clyde 2274, climb maintain 1,300 meters.
Climb 1,200 meters, 92%.
Neil, yes, using rudder pedals as well, and like you said, it's a little bit more difficult to get turns in on the 737, so it needs a bit more anticipation.
10A-2, climb and maintain 1,900.
And then for a bit more of a tighter turn, I just ever so slightly touch the left brake for a left turn, and it would just give me a bit more of a tighter radius. Here's another one flying overhead. The last aircraft Birdman found was an A340-600 at 39,000 feet. We've got Zato underneath flying the same direction as us, and then we've got this bad boy flying above. Look at that. Contact Hanoi 1233 for Osprey 1.
High 6.
Ryan, welcome. Hanoi Control, good evening. Osprey 1 is overhead Assad, flight level 380.
Osprey 1, Hanoi Control, good evening. Identified, maintain flight level 380.
Welcome to 380, Osprey 1.
And we're down 7282, Hanoi Control.
A lot going on today.
Vietnam 7282. Pushback approved, facing west.
Let's have another look at Valanta, shall we? We'll have a look how busy the event is. A lot of aircraft flying into Thailand, but look at the flights going out. They're all on the same SID. It kind of crosses over us as we're making our descent, so that's going to be a really impressive moment actually as we head into Thai airspace and into our descent towards Ramel. That's going to be cool. We'll have aircraft either above or below us at that point, crossing underneath. And it looks like, actually, we're all on direct opposite tracks, 1,000-foot separation throughout now for the rest.
Hong Kong Shuttle 128, Hanoi Control, good evening. Identified, maintain flight level 350.
There's Scott as well, again, flying Ascot.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, back with you.
71 Alpha Golf.
Can't see any other screenshots, so they must be struggling with the server loads. Where are we? There's Zato. So if I click Zato again, yeah, no, it's not showing any of his screenshots. Weird. I can see mine. We've uploaded quite a few today, actually. They're awesome screenshots. When we get to the other side as well, we will bring up, for the final part of approach, we'll bring up the control visualizer again using Flow. Screenshot upload failed, couldn't connect to the Valanta server. Both failed, interesting. Maybe it's struggling. Ed, no, these are all in VATSIM. Rich says click, and Liam as well saying to click profile section, there's a screenshot tab. Let me just explore that then, before...
606 heavy. Hanoi Control, good evening. Identified, maintain flight level 370 and Mach decimal 80.
Maintain as for size 606.
User profile.
Thai 606 Heavy, confirm aircraft type Boeing 777-300.
Yes, we confirm Boeing 777-300.
Oh my goodness, what's happened here?
Okay, thank you.
Where are we flying? Down here somewhere. Right. So he's got the screenshot tab here. There we go, there's another one. Is it just the two, Zato? That's the two I can see. I wonder if we could do the same then with...
Are you able to climb flight level 390?
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf. Who else have we got? CPA 784. Is that Don Carlito? No screenies.
606 Heavy, Hanoi control.
Cool. So they are there, they're just not really displaying that clearly by the looks of it. That's the one I took a moment ago with the cross-flow traffic going overhead. And that was just a few seconds prior as well. These are the ones I've uploaded today onto Volanta. I've got what, 12 screenshots already. Got another flyby. Gonna happen quickly. There he goes. Almost missed that one.
Hanoi control, Singapore 390, flight level 340.
Singapore 390, Hanoi control, good evening, identified, maintain flight level
MPS Gaming.
340.
I don't have the fuel, sadly.
Maintain 340, Singapore 390.
This is quite cool. It's one of the new screen selections for the mode selection stuff. And you can go in here, pass direct, you can set the brightness. So you can lower the brightness of the instruments, which will be good now we're going to night time, so we can do that.
Thanks for the event, sir. Have a good evening.
Good evening.
Like so.
Hanoi Center, good evening, Osprey 784.
We can set ILS back course, so we can go into nav mode and we can do nav left, right or nav off.
Osprey 784 Bravo, Hanoi control, good evening, identified.
So we put nav left on, and that's going to basically track our FMS and all the screens on the left, which is quite cool. Let's bring our screens down for prep into night time.
Get 818, Hanoi control, good evening, identified, maintain flight level 390.
Inboard, there we go, lower.
Hanoi control, Vietnam to correction of 728 to ready for taxi.
I think we've just missed another flyby, but we've got another one imminent. Okay, he's 1,000 below. Thank goodness.
Vietnam 78.
Doesn't look it.
Correction, Vietnam 7282 taxi via Victor 1 holding point 01 runway.
Got no worries, buddy. Have a good one.
Victor 01 hold short runway 115 Vietnam.
My goodness. Oh my god. That must have been right on the cusp of an RA as well.
96063.
My goodness.
Hanoi control.
That's insane. Look at that.
Yes, go ahead for Thai 6067, sorry, but we may understand the words were not for you.
Thai 6067, no worries. Are you able to climb flight 390?
Next one's over the top, David says. This is great. Just watching them buzz past is fantastic, isn't it? There he is, coming towards, above.
Okay, Thai 606.
Aldrin, I'll take probably an extra 30 minutes fuel for certain.
Descend to flight level 350 and that will be your final level for today.
So you confirm we need to descend level 350?
Affirmative. For separation, I need you to descend flight level 350.
Okay, descend level 350, Thai 6067.
Thank you.
Good evening. Thai 1950, level 350.
It's going to be interesting at night time now because that sun is dropping away. It looks spectacular, doesn't it?
Good evening. Identified, maintain flight level 350.
Maintain 350, Thai 1950.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, contact Mekong radar frequency 129.425.
Mekong radar on 129.425 for Osprey 71 Alpha Golf. Thanks for service.
You're welcome, bye-bye.
Order break 1, 2, 3 or max can be selected for arrival by the looks of it, according to VAS Airplane Toolbox. So basically the amount of aircraft flying towards Bangkok are also roughly the same quantity going the other way to Hong Kong.
Hong Kong Shuttle 128 unreadable.
In fact, there's another one as well. They're all like spaced behind, so we're going to get cross flow for the remainder of the flight, which is really cool.
Control 133.2 Hong Kong Shuttle 128. Hello Hanoi, Cathay 456 level 340.
Cathay 456 Hanoi.
That's an interesting tip, Birdman.
350. Correction, flight level 340.
Maintain flight level 340, Cathay 456.
Control Thai 606.
How cool is that?
Thai 606, you got the message?
I'm trying to catch as many as I can in screenshots.
For 5 minutes.
Take it.
Alright, we're reporting back here.
There's another one below. My goodness, it's one after the next.
Negative, I didn't copy your request. Say again.
The thing is, you have to kind of try and identify them because, as we had before, we get traffic. We've got to try and deal with that.
Unable for 5 minutes, you will be crossing my airspace shortly. So the maximum I can give you is 2 minutes right now.
We're going to be handed off in a moment.
If you want, you can just stay for 2 minutes and then you can reconfirm.
129.45.
Okay, 2 minutes and we contact the next ATC. Thank you. We stay in the copy.
Copy. And Vietnam 7282, surface wind 090 degrees, 5 knots, runway 11 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 11 right, Vietnam 7282.
UPS 8326, contact Mekong radar
That's cool, isn't it?
129.425, UPS 8326. Cathay 1 Tango Lima, contact Anya control frequency 133.2.
When we think about it, there's a lot of trust put into the controllers, but also the equipment to make sure the separation is just right. Pick to the whites of his eyes. Amazing Mace, welcome. Great event. I'm having great fun. So good. Keeping us on our toes, isn't it? And now all we're going to see are some nav lights coming towards us. So we're going to have our night rating come to play here a little bit with working out red and green with the Mekong radar is using text. Oh my goodness. Makes things a bit more difficult. Fancy doing text during an event. There are lots of little silly things to consider with night flying. So we've got nav lights left on the red, green on the right. Now if we have, say for example, we look out the window and we can see an aeroplane coming this way, and all we can see is just a light. just a green light moving across the sky. If we can see green, then that means he's going to conflict with us because he's flying basically from right to left. If we can see red over here, then there is no reason why he's going to be in the way. So he should be flying off in that direction. Similarly here, if we see red on the right, then we can expect potentially conflict with him coming across us. But if we see green on the right hand side, we should be okay, because obviously red port left. If we see white flashing strobes, they should be flying away from us like Zato ahead of us there. Matthew, that's a good question actually. I know the answer to that as well. How would you know if you were on a collision course? So, if I'm trying to remember my private pilot's license stuff now, my exams. So if, for example, the aeroplane was over here and we had a green nav light visible, but its position across the sky didn't appear to move that much, then we would anticipate that we're basically going to reach the same point at the same time. Therefore, we would be on a collision course. Is that right? I'm trying to make sure I get it right. Yeah, or constant bearing. Or as Ian has put, they don't move in your vision. Similarly on this side, if we had a red light, a red nav light, static in the sky.
Osprey 1, control.
Go ahead for Osprey 1.
Osprey 1, contact Mekong radar frequency 129.425.
Mekong radar 129.425 for Osprey 1. Thanks for the ATC. Good night.
Good night.
Mekong radar, hello. Osprey 1 is flight level 380, inbound Enville.
Osprey 1, can I identify? Maintain flight level 380.
Okay, maintain 380, Osprey 1. He's on voice. There you go. Matthew saying bingo, no movement equals it's either heading towards you or with you. So actually we're going to see, Carly says I see Christmas lights everywhere. Then run away. Okay, so we've got an aircraft coming towards us on TCAS. He's 1,000 feet above us. So let's have a little look to see what appears in our lights. In theory, we should see red and green. Red on the left, green here. But bearing in mind, I mean, this is kind of where the simulation of, well, flight sim is actually quite good to watch, because he's heading towards us at roughly around 450 knots, and we're closing in him 450 knots. So that's 900 knots closing speed between the two aircraft. Yet, he seems, when we see the aeroplane appear in a moment, he'll seem to appear very slowly. He's 20 miles out now and closing. And he's slightly above. So actually, there we go, his contrails are starting to appear in view. But the movement looks pretty minimal. Matthew says you can use the same trick to see if you would clear the top of a towering cumulus or cumulonimbus cloud. If the top is moving down in the window, you will clear it. There's some lights coming towards now, so we can see the flashing of strobes. Now we're expecting, he's opposite direction to us, so his red nav light is actually going to be on our right as we're looking at him. So he's going to have red nav light on this wing, green nav light on this wing. Whether we see it clearly or not is another matter entirely, but we will find out in just a moment. But yeah, 900 knots closing speed, and he's barely moving in the sky, look. Until he goes and whizzes over us. There you go. Red nav light on the left,
Singapore 390, flight level
and a green on the other side. There we are. We learn as we fly. And then all of a sudden, zoom, shoots past us. Another one up there.
Singapore 390, flight level 340.
I think that is David flying away though still. Found another one of Zato's screenshots. So basically, I think the server's just being really slow and or selective as to what it loads. Next frequency is going to be 132.1. Got another aircraft towards, so again he's heading towards us, look, so nav light left is red, green light is on the right, so we know it's opposite to our direction of travel, because otherwise he'd have a red on the left, green on the right wing. It's not, it's opposite, so he's towards us. Same closing speed, look how slowly he's moving, but all we can see are the nav lights at the moment actually, interestingly, barely the strobes. He goes under the jet. Oh, strange. I'm not sure what to suggest then. Really, I don't know if there's anything else on the FS Dream Team GSX forums that might indicate what's going wrong there, Paul. Best time of a westbound flight when the sun finally sets is pretty much now, isn't it? It's pretty cool. It's been great to actually fly in the direction of the sun and watch it set. I don't think we've done that for a very, very long time.
Mekong Center, good evening. Osprey 704 Bravo with you, flight level 380.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, contact Bangkok 132.1, bye-bye.
Bangkok on 132.1 for Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, back to service.
Rotate through these custom views. That's a cool one with the 3 windows.
5650, contact Hanoi 123.3.
3.3, Thai 650, bye-bye.
All station on a frequency, all station on a frequency. Hong Kong radar is slowly. For the aircraft going to Bangkok, monitor the frequency 132.1. For the aircraft is going to Hong Kong, monitor Hanoi 123.3.
Cool, we've got to change then.
Thank you so
Change
much
frequency.
Thanks for the ADC.
So we were told to monitor Bangkok Control 132.1, which means that we just listen. We don't need to transmit.
KLM 05 Romeo, ready for descent.
KLM 05 Romeo, descent flight level 320 initially due to traffic.
The question is going to be how high we're going to be on profile as we get nearer towards our destination. Because we're going to be stepped down through various altitudes with all that traffic flying around us as well. But actually it looks like the outbound traffic out of Bangkok is actually almost finished. There's one aircraft left. 2 aircraft left that I can see on the radar as departing.
316 Mekong is offline for now. Monitor Unicorn 122.8.
And everyone else has got, gone the other way. So there's a huge stream of flights going inbound. 1, 2, we've got 3 aircraft left to pass us basically. Looking at this. Makepeace, good morning. Where have we got here? We got that view as well. Oh, we could walk through the cabin as well. Bit of Bosch night lighting.
Hong Kong Shuttle 714 descend flight level 3 correction 1.
First time we've ever used the BBJ.
Flight level 170, Hong Kong Shuttle 714. KLM 05 Romeo descend flight level 190.
Can you send down to 190 KLM 05 Romeo?
Backup control, good evening.
20 miles out, aircraft coming towards us, 1,000 foot below for a fly past, opposite direction to Hong Kong.
Backup control 25, identify flight level 340. KLM 819.
Got that back on ILS mode, POR ILS mode. Absolutely, Macho. Good glass of red. Or a nice old G&T. Okay, there's the aircraft towards. Right where the cursor is. Which is apparently 1,000 below. So that's kind of the trick actually that Matthew mentioned. If it looks like he's moving down in the window, you'll clear it, and he is, look. So if I leave that cursor where he currently is, or level where he is, there we go, you can see he's moving down in the position of the flight deck window.
Eastern 3 Delta arrival, expect IS Zulu 01 left.
And then we can see his red nav light on the right hand side and the green on the left, so we know he's towards. There we go. That's a great example.
ILS 1 left Zulu, Wilco 7162.
Ooh, good question, Adam. I'd say you'd probably use Edinburgh more.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf Arrow good.
2 more aircraft to pass now, and that's it. Everyone else is flying inbound to Bangkok.
East 3 Delta arrival, expect IS Zulu 01 right, report ready for descent.
East 3 Delta arrival.
Clear to destination via the East Edge 3 Delta arrival, ILS 01 right Zulu. We'll call for descent. Osprey 7 Alpha Golf.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, report back number.
Interesting. That's 01 right. So we can actually get ahead of it. There is an ATIS further ahead at Bangkok. So let's use flow with the VATSIM ATIS script tab thing that we've got, the widget, that's the word. ETBS. And we'll read the ATIS. Information Hotel, 1500 Zulu, wind 080 degrees at 10 knots. Variable between 040 degrees and 100 degrees. Temperatures 24 degrees Celsius, dew point 14 degrees Celsius, QNH 1013. Transition level was flight level 130. We've got a message as well. Arriving departing runway 1 left and 1 right. Expect ILS approach runway 1 left, all 1 right. All aircraft departures from Bangkok shall climb initially to 6,000 acknowledge information hotel. So it sounds like we have to be, we're going to be told which runway. Bangkok Control, good evening. Osprey 1 is flight level 380 inbound Okina.
Osprey 1, Bangkok Control, 20 Cap. Identified flight level 380 and report Mach number.
Mach decimal 79er for Osprey 1.
Osprey 1, maintain Mach decimal 77 or less.
We'll go Mach decimal 77 or less, Osprey 1. So we're now being slowed down for sequencing into Bangkok, and that's, I mean, if you look at the top bar, we are 3/4 of the way there. We've got on the progress page 277 nautical miles left to go, and the sequencing has already begun.
Thai 639er, speed 290 knots or greater.
Speed 290 knots.
And actually, we're going to be in flight levels now, so let's turn off the meters selection. We don't need meters anymore. Rubbish metrics. Unnecessarily complicated when everyone else uses feet.
Delta Sierra 027, roger. Descent flight level 280.
To be fair, the Japanese controllers in VATSIM are quite hard to understand as well, but I love that. Then the flip side is I'm not flying a real aircraft, whereas you are. And you need to understand what they're saying. How are you finding the 767, Matthew? Are you loving it? Do you feel like you missed the CRJ at times? Bangkok Control.
Cathay 496, say indicated airspeed.
And then we're going to get 12435 after. Is it actually 123? Oh no, 12435. I was going to say, surely it's not fingers. 124.350. Oh, what's his name?
Negative, sir, that's your
Ira.
speed.
No, it's not.
I need your indicated airspeed.
Romtam.
Speed 464.
You get many reroutes, Matthew? Oh, that's great to hear. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's a wonderful aeroplane. Even as crew, I loved it. But I always enjoyed sitting in the jump seat in the 767. I fondly remember we flew an empty sector out from Gatwick to the Dominican Republic. I think it's Punta Plata, I think it was, or yeah, Puerto Plata or Punta Cana. I can't remember which of the two. But in fact, it was, what was it? I can't remember which. Punta Cana. It was definitely Punta Cana actually, and then we took a little jet from Punta Cana to Puerto Plata, and the pilots decided to hand fly the approach the whole way. Just did a visual approach basically, hand flew the whole thing, and it was epic. We were so low above the trees, flying around on base onto final. It was just great fun because we had no passengers on board. And they were both ex-RAF. And it was the best thing I've ever experienced. It was insane.
Osprey 1, narrow current.
Go ahead, Osprey 1.
Osprey 1, you're cleared into Surabaya. East 3 Delta arrival. Expect guide Zulu 01 right. Report ready for descent.
Clear Bangkok by East 3 Delta arrival, expect ILS 01 right, and we'll report ready, Osprey 1.
Bangkok Control, Singapore 390, flight level 340.
East 3
Singapore
Delta.
390, Bangkok
Ruksa.
Control, 25, identified flight level 340. What is your next waypoint, sir?
Got to change this to ILS 1 right.
Remy for
I'm gonna suggest via Rissi.
Singapore 390, roger.
And I'm going to assume that because it's a longer approach, so they can sequence people in with vectors a bit longer. So I figured if I go long, but get vectored in beforehand, then it's no worries. But if I don't have it in, it will be sorted, or I'll end up with it. It looks like we've got a parallel approach indeed, Zato. It's going to be epic.
Bravo, backup control,
Or at least a staggered approach.
380.
Descent forecast.
390, say Mach number.
Decimal 79 for Singapore 390.
Singapore 390, maintain Mach decimal 75 or less.
75 or less, Singapore 390.
Singapore 390, actually correction, Mach decimal 76 or less.
76 or less, Singapore 390.
Flight level 130 for transition. Matthew says it's great you fly the 767 with your fingertips because of the inboard ailerons. Extremely responsive, especially in roll. It's almost like the perfect Boeing aircraft.
Mark number decimal 69 and...
Huge, but feels small.
Cathay 496, maintain 270 knots or less.
Airport elevation is 0, so we need to pop landing altitude to 0 feet. Well, it's actually 5 feet for airport elevation. Nearest rounded is 0. Our descent forecast is now done. I'm not going to bother tweaking those. We've got flight level 250, 150 and 6,000 feet. Pressure's in. ISO deviation of 13 degrees and transition level of flight level 130 for the descent. So we check the legs.
Hong Kong Shuttle 714, contact Bangkok approach 124.35, 20 cut.
We've got top of descent in 100 nautical miles. So if we go to not Valanta, Navagraph, let's see. Here we go. So via Ruksa, 248 degrees, 40 miles to east. Max 280 knots at or below flight level 180. We can see that that's there, 280 in magenta on the FMS / flight level 180B for below. Adapter is max 280, so I'm going to change that to 280B, isn't it, I think. East 3 Delta, then 228 degrees to Adapter.
KLM 05 Romeo, descent flight level 160.
Bravo Sierra 407, 250 knots max at or above 11,000 feet. So I'm going to do 250B again. Trying to tell the aeroplane basically that we might slow down beforehand. Adapter Bravo Sierra 407. Latin, max 220 knots. Look at all these revisions we're making. And then between 9,000 and 7,000 feet. And then from there it gets a little bit wiry, but we ignore everything from the right, all of this stuff, ignore that. We just draw a line from BS 407, 196 degrees to Latin, then keep that line going to Bravo Sierra 401, Salsa Enca at 3,000 feet, at or above. And that's good, and the airplane's suggesting 220 knots for that. And then we've got these little arrows. Now that I'm suggesting now, or what I'm expecting, sorry, not suggesting, is vectors. So we change page, we've got vector. Interestingly there, it thinks we're going to be at 5,000 feet. And then we're going to RISI. I want 3,000 at RISI, because that's going to then impact. And it's max 220, so I'm going to choose 220B / 3,000. So we're going to change the speed constraint and the altitude constraint at RISI.
162 when ready, descend flight
level Raper at 2,500. Not above, I want to be at. Looking at the approach plates down here.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf when ready, descend flight level 170.
And that's changed vectors now to 4,000 feet. Look. So we've lost 1,000 foot. The aeroplane now knows we need to be a little bit lower than what it was anticipating before, because we've tweaked the data and just helped ourselves basically. Receive Raper Bravo Sierra 499, and then runway 01. From there, then we need to think about the ILS frequencies. We've got 01 right issued to us for approach today, And because of that, we've got the inbound course of 015, but we've got to use the new multi-mode radio as well down here. So we can change the VOR. Here we can change the mode to ILS. We can pop 110 decimal 1, and then we can just flick it across to get it active straight away, or we can leave it down the bottom if we wish. But I'll put that one active now. And this one is 110 decimal 1, because you have to still tune both. I can't see any VORs that we can use, but I might try and tune some. But in any case, what we'll do is the course as well, 015, and nav2 course as well, 015. Same principles apply, got to match, got to be both.
390 arrow, okay.
And the minimum's Cat 2 ILS 100 or 105.
Singapore 390, are you ready to copy arrival clearance?
Ready to copy.
Doc saying downtown is on the west of the airport, so make sure you take a look at the right window during descent. Neil, yeah, to be fair, I love the 757 more. I've got really fond memories of flying in the 757-200 specifically. Let's have a little look at some of these charts more generically to see if we can identify some VORs that we can tune in. Of course they wouldn't have any, would they? There's got to be a VOR near the runway, right? There's a VOR for one left. We'll just tune that in anyway, so I can show you how to do it. So that's 1114. That's it. So we can just leave that in if we want to. We can put that active now if we want as well, and then eventually we will start to track the VOR as we get in range of it. And then eventually when GLS is supported, we'll be able to tune in a GLS set of numbers as well. Matt Jake, no, you don't. There's no decimal. Look, 1101. You just type 1101. It automatically puts the decimal in because it knows your frequency won't be 1101 dot. That makes sense. If you muck it up, you can just clear. If you had 150, then it'd be 150. 125 wouldn't be an option because that's not really a frequency that would be used. 1101. But all I need to do as we get closer is click the little switch button there to go active to standby and swap the two. Then the ILS will jump to the active at the top of the nav box. The aeroplane switch then itself between the VOR mode and the ILS mode. This is linked as well, so you can change. We've already gone through it. We can pop different options of ILS back course. You can select the nav modes as well. So we had earlier on the nav display to the left. It was basically replicating the nav left, showing 229 direct track, 26.4 miles to Ramai, and 229 degrees for bearing as well on the display in magenta. We can still change the brightness a little bit more if we wish, and the nav mode. We put it back on VOR ILS because that's what we're going to want in a little while. We need to put minimums in, so we tune that in. We might as well just go for 105. Though I will probably hand fly it in from 1,000 feet again anyway. So there you go, BKG Blueface, hopefully that works. All the rest of it is the same. 1013 is the barrow there, and our landing weights.
KLM 05 Romeo, direct left hit.
55.4 is what I think is our gross weight estimated, at least what I've calculated with our fuel burn and things. We'll do another fuel check at Ramai though, because it might be a little bit higher. And there's the data. We can double check that inside the FMS to make sure the approach is all matching. 1101, course of 015, 4,000 metre long runway. And VATS airplane toolbox is telling us flat 30.
Landing flight level 410, Juliet Foxtrot Alpha 317.
Approach speed of 141 knots, over the threshold at 136 for touchdown.
24.35, KLM 0 for Romeo, thanks, have a good night.
And we'll go order break 2, I think. But actually, before I commit to order break 2 as a decision, we'll have a look at Navigraph once more, because it's not only worth looking at the arrival, but it's also worth looking at the actual runway itself. So landing 01 right, we're going to be touching down probably somewhere around the windsock here. And then we're going to be vacating, high speed exit Bravo 9. There's a high speed at Bravo 6 and Bravo 4. So I reckon order break 2, 4,000 metres is long. VATS airplane toolbox is telling us at our current weights, if we did reverse idle flap 30, then order break 2 will get us stopped with 1,651 metres left. So I would imagine then order break 2 with reverse idle will have us vacate around Bravo 6 or Bravo 3 quite nicely. And then that's that high intensity runway operations that we've spoke about lots of times before. We've got a lot of aeroplanes flying in behind us. Ian, awesome. Member for 24 months, finally signing up to Osprey. Legend. Thank you for 2 years of support as well. Hope you've enjoyed all of it.
Bangkok Control, how do you read?
Is he calling us?
UPS 8326, can you do map decimal 790 or greater?
Able, we'll do a Mach 0.7 or greater, UPS 8326.
Little wiggle. We're closing on him. On Zato.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf,
He's there.
maintain Mach decimal 80, correction, Mach decimal 790 or greater.
Oops.
Mach decimal 79 or greater, Osprey 7 Alpha Golf.
Mach 77.
UPS 8326 is ready for descent.
UPS 8326, descent flight level 180.
180, UPS 8326 heavy.
Almost 100 likes. Thank you very much, folks. 41 miles to top of descent. Our forecast is done. Our transition altitude's done. Our legs have been checked as well. We've got all of our data set. We can set a fix as well, actually. We'll do runway 01 right. And we'll do 6 and 10. Why not? Doorman, hello to you. Welcome. It's been really interesting, actually, and the flow of traffic during cruise has been quite something, hasn't it, folks?
Yes, try to 69 or our
Winds are now 080 at 10.
Bangkok Control Center, this point is 40167.
Hello, Bangkok Control, Captain 456, follow level 240.
12435, 12435, that's all set. Let's
Captain
get
456, Bangkok Control, Swelling up, identified.
that off. Cool. Get ourselves all set up for the arrival then, folks. 30 miles to top of descent. Nice one. Has there been much progress in the CJ4 for some of the mods and things? What we got here? There we go.
Bangkok Control, good day. Star is 700 kilo with you, flight level 360.
Vistara 78
Siam Flights Hayware Bangkok is what I purchased for today's stream. Not even looked to see how good it is, but I have downloaded a custom GSX profile as well for it, so hoping that'll be quite nice when we do arrive.
Osprey 784 Bravo, just confirm you don't have arrival clearance yet.
Can you repeat for Osprey 784 Bravo?
Osprey 784, did I give you arrival clearance?
No, not yet.
Osprey 784 Bravo, roger, you're clear into Surat Boom. East Day 3 Delta arrival, expect IS 01 right. When ready, correction, report when ready for descent.
Cleared for arrival East 3 Delta for ILS Zuzu, runway 01 right.
Chris, yes, you just got to change the state inside the FMS. Covered it in the tutorial that I did for, I think, episode 1, starting cold and dark. One of the things that we kind of talk about in there is the way you can change your custom loading state.
593, you're leaving my airspace.
So if you're learning the 737, I would definitely recommend you check out our tutorials on the channel under the 737 playlists tab. This one in particular, you want to go, it's PMDG setup, and then its startup state is what you want to change. You click it and you select which one you want. For me, I've got my own custom cold and dark GPU mode, but for spawning in on the gates, I always have cold and dark with GPU connected as a custom state. And then primarily I'll have various little bits tweaked as well, like the state of the light switches saved, and this set in hectopascals instead of inches of mercury and that sort of stuff. Oh, Doc, yes, don't let me forget, we'll try and watch some of the landings then, perhaps through the control tower maybe. Osprey 1, request descent.
Osprey 1, descent flight level 190.
Descend flight level 190, Osprey 1. So we've got to reset MCP altitude, part of our descent checks, and I've requested descent 9 miles before descent, and look, we've already burned through 3 almost now, so gets everything ready, gives us opportunity to just set the aeroplane up. Are there set routes and tours on Osprey's FS Hub? There are, Ian, yes. We've got over 600 routes or legs in total, so 300 routes roughly, with return journeys factored in. We've got tours, we've got a whopper of a tour as well, like the Commonwealth tour, which will take you through all of the Commonwealth nations around the world in a nice tour. Starting at Heathrow, down through Africa, all the way around, routing all the way around through Australia, back round, arriving back at Heathrow. Is it 30 legs or something? Dirty2's completed it. Yoppie, where can you find the virtual airline? It's britishavgeek.com/Osprey-Airways, or just britishavgeek.com, and it will basically, there's a whole section on the website for Osprey Airways. It gives you all the information you need there. 52 legs, Samuel, there we go. Absolute whopper. Yes, Chris, so that option that we mentioned down here, that cold, the default states, that will load in every time now, so it means you've set that to something. And every time you load in, it will have that same situation loaded, if the panel state is that.
Cebu 15, correction 162, contact pilot approach 124.35, sorry,ครับ
124.35, Cebu 162, thanks, have a good evening, sir.
Bangkok Control, good evening, Cathay 601 Heavy, leveling 400 inbound Okina, 18 miles.
Cathay 40, correction, Cathay 611, Bangkok Control, sorry,ครับ identified, flight level 400.
Make it nice, how was the dog walk? If you wanted to look at the ATIS again for Bangkok, folks, we'll get it up on the screen, VTBS using Flow. Yeah, you could just hit the delete key and delete the state. That's what we're flying into. 080 at 10 with some variable winds, 24 degrees, dew point 14, QNH 1013. Transition level is flight level 130. We've been issued 01 right for approach. Other aircraft have got 01 left around us as well, so that we can expect staggered or parallel approaches.
East 3 Delta arrival, expect as approach 01 left.
And it's information hotels still.
To the Bangkok, East 3 Delta arrival, expect 01 left for arrival, report when ready to descend, Cathay 456.
Vistara 87 Hotel Kilo arrival, correct.
Berkson, I think there is a free version, but I've got Flow Pro, which unlocks a little bit of extra functionality like the widgets and things.
Cathay 751 Bangkok Control, Swadee Club, identified flight level 160, climb flight level 390.
Initially, I was reluctant to buy Flow. It's 30 or so quid.
Singapore 390, request to
But a lot of people were asking me what do I think of it. For quite a while after its release, I kept saying I don't know, I haven't got it. I was saying that I don't really understand the need for it either, because I didn't mind the top bar, things like that. But actually now, having used it, it's pretty awesome, to be frank. Really awesome, quite impressive. It takes a little bit to get your head around, but as a replacement for the drop down bar, which I've still got active up here so I can still select it, it's really impressed me.
Osprey 784, Bravo, ready for descent.
Osprey 784, Bravo, descent flight level 160.
Descent flight level 160, Osprey 784, Bravo.
Cathay 611, just be advised there's an aircraft which just appeared on your left, so just you might get a T-cast.
Roger, we have them inside, Cathay 611 heavy.
Adam, not really, no, but you just go to flightsim.to, go to the tab that says Other, scroll down, at the very bottom it says GSX Profiles, search in there for the airport you want to download a custom profile for. There's loads, hundreds available, all for free on that part of the website. When you download it, you need to unzip it, and inside the folder there'll be a .ini file for that airport. And that .ini file is the custom profile. So open up another file explorer window, and on that one go into the little program path bar thing at the top, you know, like where the C drive and the pathway for the folder you're in is at. Click it and just type percent icon, app data, percent icon again, hit enter, scroll down, Virtuali, GSX, MSFS, doing this from memory, and then put the .ini folder into that MSFS folder. And that's it, installed. When we get below 10,000, I'm going to fire up QATL as well to begin the caching process for Bangkok VTBS. We've got that custom profile for that. For this Siam flight scenery. I would actively avoid paying for any profiles as well, folks. There are hundreds available for free on flightsim.to. Yeah, I wouldn't pay for it. I think that's quite wild. We've got a wee bit of fuel in the centre tank by the looks of it, 0.08. VOR's picked up 72.5, so that's active on the multi-mode display here. VOR 1, that's the active frequency. If we were to get closer to VOR 2 is currently set to the ILS. NAV2. We just need to click that icon there to switch VOR 1 on the multi-mode radio, and NAV 1 across to ILS when we get a bit closer.
UPS 8326, contact Bangkok approach 124.35.
124.35 approach.
Yeah, Chris, it's fantastic. I love this product. It's so good.
Osprey 1, descend flight level 170.
Send flight level 170, Osprey 1. Oops, I've clicked the test switch.
Then Osprey 1, you can resume normal speed.
Resume normal speed, Osprey 1. Hold on, let me just turn background lights on. There it is. Oh dear. Let me just do a quick caution check to make sure I didn't actually trigger anything. What was I doing? Changing this, weren't I? So, set brightness. We could bring it down to 20. That's a bit more reasonable. Look. ILS mode is already active, so when the aircraft does pick up the ILS, the standby instrument display here, this digitized display, should also display the vertical and horizontal guidance for the ILS, as well as a backup. VATSIM, why? Easy, yeah, it is really difficult. Zeno wants to make his own livery. It is really difficult. It's why it's easier sometimes to get some assistance with people that know what they're doing, basically. The Hitman saying it's taking so long for the Universal Flight Tablet to release from PMDG. It's because it's not quite ready yet, so PMDG will not rush anything out that's not ready. They will wait till it's complete, and wait till it's all done in a state that we can enjoy, basically. So the best thing to do is just monitor the PMDG official forums. That's where you'll get all of the information directly from them. It's pointless reading it anywhere else or watching it anywhere else, because if you're watching it or reading it on the PMDG forum when it releases, that's where you're going to find all the information accurately without anybody else's opinion subjectly reading more into it.
Bangkok approach 124.35. Have a good landing and thanks for coming. Swadikap.
Contact Bangkok approach 124.35 for Osprey 1. Thank you very much. Great event. Good night.
All station, please do not clear discontinuity in flight plan.
Ian, yes, have you applied? Yes, I've got an email. Sorry, it's a manual acceptance processy thing. Have you applied, Ian, actually? I can't see. I've just accepted, is it Yope? But I've not got an application from you yet, Ian. I see you on every website, British Aki. That's awesome. I didn't know that. Saudi crab. I'll try, Doc. You know what I'm like with pronunciation. Bangkok approach, Saudi crab, Osprey 1 is descending, correction there, at flight level 170 inbound Dabta Information Hotel. Matthew, it's crazy, right?
Osprey 1, Bangkok approach Takeoff, radar identified, flight level 170, descend and maintain flight level 100, expect ILS Zulu, approach runway 01 right.
Descend for level 100 and expect ILS Zulu, approach 01 right, Osprey 1.
Approach KLM 05 Romeo.
Slightly above profile now.
01 right.
KLM 05 Romeo, wind 058, correction, wind 080 degree, 10 knot, runway
Ian.
01 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 01 right, KLM.
Are you already in Osprey then? Get some rogue descent now. Put the belts on. Aircraft's depressurizing. Back on profile as well. Grabs a beam. Juliet Charlie Mike, is the application a new process? No, it's always been there. It just takes a little while sometimes for me to approve all of the applications. It's one of the things that FS Hub kind of put on you. We were unfortunately getting spammed by a couple of people that were joining, quitting. I spent weeks accepting them to find out they'd then left, reapplied, so I accepted them again. After about a week I realised they were just trolling, so...
Telephone SFS runway vacated.
Cathay 496, contact ground 1165, สวัสดีครับ
Schedule...
1165 สวัสดีครับ bye bye, Cathay 496.
Ian, you're there, I can see you. You are an Osprey member. Ian N, right? Won't say your full name, of course. Yeah, you're a pilot for Osprey. It might just be you haven't quite got a setting set up correctly, but pop what you can see on FS Hub into maybe the club lounge on Discord, Ian, and we'll see if we can identify if there's any tweaks that could be made or something like that to try and help. Yeah, the EFB or the Universal Flight Tablet, sorry, that PMDG are creating, from what it reads, it's going to be created to work with all of their products. My goodness, look at that. There's an airport down there. VATSIM, I approved that the other day.
Approach Singapore 390, descending to 160 to 167.
Singapore 390, Bangkok approach สวัสดีครับ
That is Bangkok, VTBS. Mesh, welcome aboard, thanks for subscribing to the channel. Great to have you here with us flying along today. Flighter was asking, are you using FS traffic? No. I haven't got it, but I use FSLTL, which is freeware. It's got a fantastic VMR, it's got a traffic injector which uses Flight Radar 24 for live traffic. And with that in mind, I think $40 for something, I think somebody said it is, or something that's free. For me, it makes more sense to have that free option instead. So I use FSLTL. It's completely free and does basically the same stuff. Haven't tried FS traffic though, but yeah, I don't. FSLTL is good enough for me. It's pretty fantastic at what it does, and it's free of charge, so I wouldn't worry. I would certainly try the free options instead. Oh, we froze. Oh, we're back. That's because the airport's just rendered in. Look at those night lights. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Now look at that. Yeah, the airport's loading. Let's start QATL as well. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is insane. There's a screenshot and a half.
UPS 8326, continue descend 4,000 feet.
Continue descend 4,000 feet, UPS 8326.
Table 162 established.
Table 162, continue approach runway 01 right.
So we've got no tower. 12165 is ground.
KLM 05 Romeo, contact ground 12165 per day.
Mesh, awesome, thank you very much. Great event. Hope you enjoyed the traffic.
Bangkok departure, good evening, Guitar 0017 with you at
121-650. Be one step ahead of the controllers if you can and help them out by having the next frequency tuned in.
Guitar Way 0017 Bangkok Approach สวัสดีครับ Wind 080
That's what's great about PMDG. They're very transparent. If they're having problems with something, they explain that they're having issues and what they're trying to do to fix it, and what they're probing to try and find solutions. It's nice.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf.
That's cool, look at that.
Right, report established.
Direct Reese 180 knot.
Pop those screenshots onto Volanta as well. Got lots of screenshots today, folks. They'll all go on Discord. Stand by, just check something here. Max 220 knots. So we're ignoring the constraints now.
Approach, good evening, Osprey 784 Bravo, flight level 160.
Osprey 784 Bravo, Bangkok Approach
215. Got 5. 5 knot room for error. There's Bangkok International.
Right and descend by star 3000 feet, QNH 1013.
Descend via star except ILS runway 01 right.
See, we've not been told to descend via star, which is interesting.
Osprey 1, continue descend 4,000 feet.
You descend 4,000 feet, Osprey 1. It's pointless going into VNAV mode because the aeroplane's going to really try and chase, get back on profile. So what we'll do is just go use vertical speed now. It'd be easier for us to manage.
Arrow 0017, Roger, radar AY.
Yes, vectors for ILS.
Arrow 0017, radar identified. 1,800.
If you're new to the channel, welcome on board. Smash that subscribe button as well. Big shiny red button. The best kind to click. And don't forget to hit the like button as well if you haven't done so already. Give us a little like for today's stream. Thank you as well in advance to our controllers for this event, for the Bangkok Hong Kong City Shuttle. Really good event. We've had some great views, fantastic flypasts with aircraft on the alternate route going towards Hong Kong. That's a stunning view, isn't it? First time flying into this payware scenery as well. Purchased for today. Siam Fly is available on the InnyBuild store. That's where I've purchased it from. Indicated 220 knots, Osprey 1.
Osprey 1, roger.
Little bit of creative license. Ever so slightly above. What I'll do is I'll select 200 knots. We'll just go from there. Got 2 ahead of us. Zato's on 01 left. There's David on final. He's on the ILS approach already. Awesome. Very exciting. I love an event. Matthew, that's good to know. I'm glad it's not just me. You know what? I proactively got back on to below the speed limit.
Visa 87 Hotel Kilo Bangkok approach สวัสดีครับ stand by one moment. Cafe 456, are you up?
Thing is, then you're admitting you're flying over speed, Matthew, aren't you? And that's please take down a number, I would imagine.
Hello, appreciate if you contact Leo. Listen and maintain feet.
It does look a bit uniform, doesn't it, Brian?
11,000 feet.
Over the coast now.
Osprey 784 Bravo, increase speed to...
Zato, no idea. I'm not asking any questions.
Increase speed to 280 knots. Osprey 784 Bravo.
And Osprey 784 Bravo, descend 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000, Osprey 784 Bravo.
Even though their radar screens have the exact speed that you're flying at, so they know. Never admit it. That's basically what I'm hearing.
Expect ILS Zulu approach runway 01 right.
It was a weird noise when it's Arto. I don't want to ask any more questions.
QNH 1013.
Okay, from Enka, we've got vectors.
7,000, expect ILS Zulu 01 right.
So from here, we're going to revert to heading mode. We can see that green extended centre line there. And also now we're going to flick that multi-mode radio across to have ILS active on both nav1 and nav2's MMR. And we've got the course 015 both set. Order brake 2 is set, that's good. And the ILS is now active, look, showing us 18 miles on the standby instruments. Lateral guidance, and there as well 18.2. ILS 1101. 015 degrees for inbound course. Happy days.
Sorry, what? Cathay 456.
Alright, never mind, disregard. Osprey 1, proceed direct, receive clear ILS Zulu, approach runway 01 right, report established.
See direct, receive cleared ILS Zulu 01 right, report established. Osprey 1.
Cathay 456, indicated as speed.
So I'm going to hold our speed at 200 or so knots at the moment.
Cathay 456.
Point is, we will be able to slow down fairly quickly.
Roger, reduce 260 knots.
Reduce 260 knots, Cathay 456.
Cathay 456, plan ILS Zulu, approach runway 01 left.
ILS Zulu 01 left, Cathay 456.
Okay, final ding for the crew. Let's pop those onto continuous now. Logo lights are on, lights and signs are all set as required. Oh, you know what I forgot? Naughty me. They're definitely on now, aren't they? Yeah, landing lights.
162, contact ground 1265, good day.
1265, 7162, thanks, have a good evening, sir.
Osprey 7 Alpha, Golf, Green 0803, 9 knot, runway 01 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 01 right, Osprey 7 Alpha Golf.
Oh no, Singapore 390, descend 3000
Oh no.
Descend 3000, Singapore 390.
The moment where the controller realised he was probably too high on profile.
UPS S326, Roger, wind 0803,
Hey, SAM approach mode.
Left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 01 left, UPS 8326.
Below the glide slope and the lateral guidance is moving and we're now capturing as well. Happy days. And Zato is on the left for 01 left. We are establishing for 01 right. So we've got a little bit of a cross flow, bit of traffic. Let's get rid of the music. Let's get the control visualizer up for you. Final check. Flap 5. 180. Osprey 1 established ILS 01 right. Lights, signs. Good. That's all set. Cabin's looking good. Don't need anti-ice. Spoilers are now armed. Fuel's good. We're briefed for the missed approach. Let's get the heading reset as well with 22 knot crosswind currently. Glide slope is armed.
Approach, good evening, KLM 819er, hold chart echo 2.
Fly better, hello, it's the Volanta stream overlay. Centurio, good morning.
Roger, crab, hold shot up runway 101 left.
CMDB engaged. Glide slope's alive. Let's go flap 10. Adam's gone straight in, 179 foot per minute for touchdown. Jackson 120. What do you guys reckon? Yeah, GP is glide path, but it's glide slope. It's same thing. It's the vertical guidance.
Singapore 390, direct Lacoste, clear ILS Zulu 01 left, report established.
10 miles.
Direct Lonnie, cleared ILS 01 left, report established, Singapore
Flat 15.
Singapore 390 is Lacoste Lima Alpha Charlie Oscar Sierra.
Don't have that in the FMC, but I'll go to Lonnie, don't worry, I'll report established, Singapore 390.
Okay.
Missed approach is to 3000.
Cathay 456, descend and
That's now set ready.
4,000 feet and reduce speed to 250 knots.
Flat 25.
Descend 4,000 feet, reduce speed 250, Cathay
Let's say, just wiggling this a little bit because I'm going to try and get back as Alto
700 kilos indicated as speed.
in a screenshot here.
24, reducing to 240 knots, Sara 8 Hotel Kilo.
Osprey 7 have Golf vacated, Bravo 5.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, Roger, contact ground 1165.
Interestingly, it's actually counting away from the airport, so I can't trust the readings anymore. But I know I'm at about 7 miles.
784 Bravo, direct
We set that 6 mile limit there as well. Flat 30.
Direct reset. Osprey 784.
26 knot crosswind now.
Can you confirm?
Totally different to what the 8 has suggested.
Romeo, India,
We're facing up here,
Echo.
so that's heading,
Roger, Romeo,
and our track is
India,
off
Sierra,
that direction.
Sierra, Echo, can you confirm speed? Can I go free speed, please? I'm at 280 knots right now.
FM cancel the speed restrictions.
Parallel approach indeed. There's Zato. He's flying inbound to 1 left. Pretty cool, isn't it? Look at this.
Want to get a specific speed?
Please continue to reduce speed for now, sir, for you.
And we want 141.
Singapore 390, confirm you are plan for 01 left, huh?
Looks like I'm 01
Grabber's
right,
crabbing
but I
quite a
can
bit.
switch over to 01 left.
There's
That would
Zato.
be greatly appreciated. Singapore 390 is
I'd like clearance to land.
01 left, 390.
There's no one on the runway. Osprey 1's 2 mile final.
1,000. Osprey 1, wind 0809, not 0801, right, clear to land.
Good land, 01 right, Osprey 1. I wanted to get the little the autopilot disconnect sound in. Use a little bit of thrust here to change our rate of descent. It was a freezy. Long freeze. Oh my good grief. May have almost pooed a little bit then. I thought that sim was going. Speed's crept up now because of it. That's interesting.
Vista 87 Hotel Kilo, descend 4,000.
Samuel says I have that on every landing at the minute. There is interestingly a... it's annoying now because it loses your flow on approach, doesn't it, when that happens. Yeah, interestingly, it's something that I'm reading a lot about at the moment, and there is a new NVIDIA driver today that came out yesterday, I believe, which I haven't yet installed.
For Bravo. That's what I've programmed.
Okay, we're back in.
Roger.
10 knot crosswind, right to left, so we are crabbing a little bit. Little adjustments here and there.
8326, Roger, contact ground 1165, good day.
121, decimal 65, thank you for the ATC, good night.
It's interesting, the ILS took us up a little bit there, that's fine. Looking ahead.
KLM 456, direct Lacoste, clear ILS Zulu 01, left report established.
Holding the flare,
Direct Lacoste,
keeping them wings level, touchdown.
Established, Cathay 456.
We've got
KLM 29 is fully ready.
reverse green on both. There we go.
19 08039, not runway 01 left, clear for takeoff, report airport.
Left takeoff, runway 01 left, get me to KLM 819.
Wonderful lights here. Conor Glenn, welcome on board. Master caution. Check what that is in a moment because I can't quite see where we are. Let's multitask. Engine, it's just warning us that we've still got the reverse thrust out. Manual brakes. Okay, Bravo 6. There we go. So we've got rid of the reverse thrusts, the reverse idle, and the master caution has gone away. We can press that just to double check. Continue through the stop line. Osprey 1, vacate Bravo 6. And we can bring those flaps, spoilers, pop landing lights off, those off. Let's pop the probe heats
Osprey 784 Bravo establish
off, taxi lights on.
41 right.
Anti-ice, that's fine, that's because we've turned the probe heat off.
Osprey 784 Bravo, continue approach 01 right.
APU. Those are missives. We'll pop the POS light strobe steady off in a moment. Osprey 1's requesting frequency change 12165.
Osprey 1, contact ground 12165, good day.
12165, Osprey 1, thanks, good day.
Singapore.
Yeah. Savannah Boomy ground, Sawadee Krub. Osprey 1 is vacated at Bravo 6, request taxi gates.
Osprey 1, Sawadee Krub, taxi to gate Charlie 8 via Bravo, Charlie 7, Hotel right turn, Hotel 3, Tango 8.
The heck? Taxi gate Charlie 8 via Bravo, Charlie 7, Hotel right turn, Hotel 3, and Tango 8, Osprey 1. Bravo. So
that's correct, and also welcome to Singapore.
Hold on, he's told me Charlie 8. Charlie 8's there. That's fine. Let's not overcomplicate this.
Taiwan's Nana at Echo 3, ready for pushback and startup.
Good.
Taiwan 2, then push and start at full facing west on Tango 1-2.
Cleared.
Charlie 7 and Hotel, that's this one.
On Tango 1-2, Taiwan's Nana.
Charlie gates, go be Charlie 8. At the minute I'm scribbling around trying to get our taxi charts out as well, so taxi Savannah Boomy. Right turn Hotel 3, so we've got a little bit coming up. Main apron parking stands, there we go, that's what we want. So, Hotel 3, second gate in on the right.
Thank you very much for the ATC, good night.
Good night, thanks for flying.
Ah, yes, I haven't updated GSX yet, that's got the new update, hasn't it?
Also shut down on stand, thanks for the event.
I keep forgetting about that. I can't remember, Doc, actually, it's close, isn't it? Look at that, Siam Flights Bangkok looks incredible. Look at those lights. That's pretty incredible. Yeah, ground handling is a little bit tricky to get them tight turns in. That's at absolute maximum, so I'm having to use a little bit of differential brakes to kind of kick it across. We'll explore this airport when we get in as well. When we get parked up on stand, we'll have a little look. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long, Adam, to be honest. I'll download their offline installer via their forum. My goodness, look at that. It's 20 quid this scenery. It is expensive, but it looked fantastic, so I didn't really mind all that much because I figured if it looked great, it's worth, you know, it's enjoyable, then it's worth it, isn't it? I mean, look, my goodness, look at the detail on the buildings. This is night time. It's hard to replicate wonderful airport at night. Turning in. Yeah, differential brakes again. Little trick. Yeah, you can get this on the Inibuild's website, I think. Doc says the light colour is like what it is in real life. That's awesome to hear. I think we need to fly from here a little bit more often. My goodness. That's insane.
Singapore 390 vacated Echo 8.
Singapore 390.
Tiny adjustments, we're literally
Echo
creeping.
2 via Echo 8 Delta 6 Tango 14.
Echo 2 via Echo 8 Delta 6 Tango 14, Singapore 390.
1 metre.
Sorry, and also welcome to 24.
Brakes. Start brake.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that, perfect. Where's the dude doing the Gangnam style? Anti-collision lights off. Shocks. GSX. Jack, no, there's no link to the download. I can find one, put it in Discord though, if it would be helpful. It's up. I mean, look at that, that's just insane. My goodness, the lighting is just exceptional, isn't it? That in itself is, what a whopper of a screenshot. Yeah, we'll have a look. Calvin, yes, this is Siam flight. In fact, we got a custom GSX profile, so let's walk. Should we walk up with the passengers? Let's see what happens.
784 Bravo on Bravo 5.
Oh. He's going up that way. Let's follow them. He's there.
Bravo, Charlie 7, Hotel 3, Tango 8.
Let's chase them. He's on the run. This is payware, David. It's 20 quid roughly. Where's he going? Okay, here we go. Now this is the walk.
Via Bravo, Charlie 7, Hotel, right turn, Hotel
Wow.
3, taxi train, Tango 8. And you will find gate Charlie 6 right up here.
Taxi to stand Charlie 6 via
My
Bravo,
goodness.
Charlie 7, Hotel 3, Tango 8.
Yeah, Sim Market, I'm not. Some of the stuff on there is awful, so I kind of look elsewhere before. If I have to buy on Sim Market, then I do. If not, I try and buy anywhere else, but Inibuild's store, Orbex store, Contrail web store. David, no worries, buddy. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Let's pop back up here. Does this look pretty mega?
Taxi to runway 01 left, holding point echo 21.
Having a right old merry tour. Look at this. It goes on for miles. Yeah, you know what? Definitely worth 20 quid then. This is incredible. RTR, hello to you.
Taxi holding point echo.
It's been a great event. Thank you very much.
Tango 11.
Made better by the fact there is just incredible scenery here available now, isn't it?
Delta 8 onto echo.
When we pop outside, look at the complexity of the terminal building here. The glass as well. How wonderful is that? My goodness. This is some of the most impressive scenery I've seen in a while, I think. My performance was so good as well. Mark's asking about the tower. I'm working my way slowly to it. Oh. My God. I walked in the wrong bit, didn't I? Yeah, I should have followed the stairs, but my goodness, look at check-in.
Taxi Takeoff 5 via Echo 6.
This is mind-blowing. Absolutely, Fritz. I think this is some of the best I've seen.
Golf 5, taxi, Echo 5, Echo Delta 4, Delta 16, Delta 1.
This is so good.
It's, after Delta 4 is Tango 16, Tango 17, so sorry.
Yeah.
Taxi Golf 5 via Echo
Ian says it makes Terminal 5 look like an allotments greenhouse.
Tango 174, Cathay 456.
Oh, you know what? I've pressed... What does T do? I've pressed something. It's now locked. Okay, now I think... I'm on a different mode somehow. I pressed T, which means I can't now pan away from where my aeroplane is. Now that's smart view mode. Right, let me click 5. That's annoying. I've got to zap back to the jet. Wow, look at this. Once I've hit the button T, I don't know how to turn it off again, basically. We'll work to the tower. It's a huge airport. Crikey. Those of you who are local to it or know the airport well, is there any way you want to see while we're here?
And we got information, Juliet.
It's very bright in this tower, isn't it? That's the only thing. They could probably turn the lights out because it wouldn't. The lights would be switched off in real life, so you get a bit more of a view like this.
Ready to copy.
Papa Kilo Juliet Whiskey, you're clear to destination. Casney 3 Hotel departure on the 01 left. Initial count
A350, very nice.
370 clock 7130.
Just look at the detail. It's exquisite, isn't it?
Casney 3 Hotel departure 01 left, 6,000 feet initially, and level 370, squawk 7130 Papa Sierra Whiskey.
My goodness, that's just phenomenal.
Sierra Whiskey.
Bangkok ground, it looks like there's someone on Charlie 6. Can I take Charlie 4?
We'll be driving up the road, opposite direction though.
Osprey 784 Bravo.
Osprey 784 Bravo, affirm you can take Charlie 4.
Yeah, the optimization that they've managed to do here with the amount of detail involved is really impressive actually. That's, I think, kind of what stands out to me the most, the sheer level of detail how good this looks as well. From what you guys are saying as well, really impressed as well with the lighting, the glass textures, the terminal interior, external. It just looks stunning.
Charlie 7, Hotel 4, Tango 7.
But yeah, Bangkok photogrammetry would be fantastic. Imagine if it was in a world update or something soon. Have a look at Rivals, shall we? Alright, let's have a look. So there's a wall there. So, is there a Rivals facility? The answer is no. I'm pushing through the layers of the building here. The check-in is just mind-blowing. Can work back outside again. Take a quick look in daytime. Bear with, let's change the time of day. Even this. Massive Thai Airways hangar over there, look. Yeah, that's mighty impressive. Look how good that looks, folks. That's really good. I'm dead impressed with that. I did think to myself, that is very expensive at 20 quid. But I think it is now probably one of the best sceneries I've seen. At least top 3. Wonderful. That is spectacular, isn't it? Jack's saying there. Rab, no worries, buddy. Have a great day.
Contact Bangkok approach from 124.35. Bye-bye.
Even up against the terminal, look. In day. Doc says check the yet to open new terminal on the south side. Yeah, because that's been modelled in as well, hasn't it now? South is going to be... Sorry for the super drone speed, guys. It's this bit, right? Or is that cargo centre? No, that's cargo. Even this they've dealt with really nicely.
Tango 13 short, power search.
Other way. Is this whole building here, right? Oh, AR simulations, you know what, it's tough. I probably would put this potentially number 1. I'd have to have a good think about it though, to think what other options are available. So I've done the cargo terminal. So I assume then it's this, right? Is this the new terminal that's yet to be opened? Brussels, Aerosoft Brussels is pretty mind-blowingly good, isn't it? That's a good shout, Fritz. Okay. Wait for the chat to catch up, but I think it's there we go, Doc saying yes. Fly Tampers Las Vegas is very good indeed. So this is the new terminal that they're saying isn't open yet, Doc saying there, on the south side of the airport, but the developers have put it in. Let's find out if there's an interior just as good. No, I suppose it's hard because they don't actually know what it's going to look like inside yet, but the beauty is you know that they'll probably update it. The external modelling is just exquisite, isn't it? If we go back to night time. Bosh. Yeah, I suppose that's the next question, isn't it, Fritz? You've got big airports and small airports to consider. But that, how impressive is that? The thing is, you could probably spend quite a lot of time exploring this, and you would still find stuff a week later that you haven't quite spotted. I mean, all the different piers and things, we'd have to work all the way through those piers to try and spot stuff. But that's quite incredible, isn't it? Hannah, thank you very much. Our Bangkok ground. It's mind-blowing how good this scenery is. I don't even know when it was released, actually, how long it's been available for. We've not even kind of noticed it being there, but my goodness, how did we not find this sooner? It's so good. I would be tempted to say this is pretty much going to be number 1 or number 2 from what we've seen, scenery-wise. Brussels probably on par with it, the level of detail with optimizations and everything else, but there's so much to this as well, and the scale of it is so mighty. Brits, how long's that flight? No idea. Nor me. It sounds long. I'm going to assume 8 to 10 hours, right? There we go. So we've done in the Boeing business jet, the PMDG 737-800. I haven't seen any trains docked, to be honest. I don't think it does. And for the first time, the Boeing business jet as well on the stream. We've not really used it before until scenery, I think it is. Hong Kong Airport add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Ooh, interesting. Has VATSIM just gone down? Yeah. Super weird. Let's see if we can reconnect. It's struggling. Right, we're back. Very weird. Yeah, 2 really nice airports. This is mind-blowingly good. Purchased it in preparation for today. Not really having explored it before, not seen it. First time seeing it today with you guys as well. It's really, really cool. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Massive, massive thank you to Gav earlier. Started the stream, dropping 10 new channel members. So welcome to all of you guys if you've gone to Red again for the first time. And enjoy your month's membership as well. Ian's been with us for over 2 years. Thank you very much as well. And to Mark for super chatting 10 quid earlier on. And Jack as well, that massive whopper of £100 tip. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for flying along today. Thank you to the ATC throughout the event. I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. Welcome to our new subscribers, and all of you, thank you for hitting the like button and tuning in wherever you are in the world. In the meantime, as always, hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Keep your eye on the channel for the next few streams coming up next week into February. You can purchase this Siam Flight Bangkok Airport scenery via the InnyBuild store. Also Sim Market. Have a little Google and see what stores it's available to purchase on. But I purchased it from the InnyBuild store myself. Thank you very much for watching. And take care. I'll see you very soon.
Runway 01,